Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Do All the Things, GDQ Hotfix show all about 100% speedruns and completionist runs in general. My name is Mr. Shasta. Before I start, I want to give a quick shout out to the last show, Parallel Universe, Helix and everyone else who was on the show as well. Just like for switching up this week as well. I do appreciate the accommodation. And I'm very excited to say at least for the actual run that'll be happening in just 1 second. Like, oh my goodness. Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorer Sky is one of my favorite games. I love that game so much. I played it for the first time about 2 years ago. Absolutely fell in love with it. This whole series is really dang cool to say the least. I'm glad like this crossover between Mystery Dungeon and Pokemon happened because, gosh, that definitely has affected a lot of people's lives for sure. And I'm definitely one of them. Yeah. Very, very cool game to say the least. I'm excited to get right into it. We got a long run ahead of us. So, hello, Hoom, how's it going?
Oh my gosh, hey.
Hello.
All right, well, yeah, I'm going to be showcasing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. A bit of a special speedrun, even across all of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. It's one called All Special Episodes, where there are these 5 little stories that have been added to this game, and yeah, they're pretty nice. They're kind of just like short speedruns on their own, but when you combine them all together, it actually makes for a pretty interesting time. So, I think without further ado, probably start getting right into it. But yeah, you can just let me know when we start, or I guess the countdown, and then yeah, we'll get into it.
Yep, whenever you're ready.
Yep, should be good to go. It's all right.
I can count those as well if you want me to.
Yes, please, if you could count down.
I got you, don't worry. All right, we'll do it from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So,
hell yeah.
This is all special episodes. So like I said, there's 5 episodes, and we're going to be starting out with the second one. We're not going to be going in like the order that you would unlock them. Just because one of the unique things about this category is anytime we finish an episode, we get to save all of the items at the end. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go through the slightly easier episodes at first, try and get as many items as we can in order to beat the much tougher episodes later on. And trust me, they do get pretty tough. So we're going to hope that we get some really good luck here. This is probably one of the most like randomness dependent runs in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, and that's saying something because pretty much every single floor that you go on is going to be completely random. So yeah, I don't say that lightly. It is an interesting category for that reason. But for now, we're going to start off with episode 2, which is Igglybuff the Prodigy. For those of you that have played this game, this is an episode that is based off of the Guildmaster Wigglytuff, which if you haven't played this game, the general story takes place within a guild, which you, the main character, and your partner join, and you're under the leadership of Guildmaster Wigglytuff. You don't really get to hear a lot about his backstory in the game, but they've fleshed it out a lot more thanks to this special episode right here. We get to see just how powerful Wigglytuff was, even when it was still an Igglybuff.
Wigglytuff is just one of the best characters in this game as well, too. Even beyond this, it's really cool seeing the backstory, to say the least, of how they came to be. It's such an eccentric and fun character in the actual story itself. And
yeah, definitely had maybe even more of that as a child too. You'll see that Igglybuff is very happy, slightly oblivious to the situations that are happening around it. And I mean, I guess it doesn't need to worry about too much because Igglybuff is definitely quite powerful.
And just a little child as well too. They don't worry too much at least. They got many years till they gotta pay taxes, you know. The Poke taxes, whatever it is.
Yeah, I do wonder if there are any taxes in this field, because the Wigglytuffs have just kind of made a house in this random open field. So maybe they actually own it. Who knows?
Hopefully.
But yeah, right now, Igglybuff is getting bullied by the Spaynet and Skorupi. Is it actually getting bullied? Who knows? They think they're bullying it for sure by stealing and eating all of Igglybuff's gummies while he's not looking, but doesn't seem to care too much. A little sad about it, but he's like, yeah, it's okay.
It'll be fine.
Friendly friends.
Friendly friends. Smiles goes for miles, etc., etc.
Smoocher wants to get involved, but Wooper and Badoo try to stop him. But yeah, this is where we get the first real glimpse into just how powerful Igglybuff is. From the title and from the main story, we already know that Wigglytuff is super powerful, and even as a child was a prodigy. But this is like the first instance where we actually see just how strong he is.
So I know we were talking earlier about like episode order as well and like stuff you can carry over. Is there a reason you want to tell Chad as well too the reason why you're starting episode 2 instead of episode 1?
Yeah, so all of the special episodes are difficult in their own way. Even this one, like Igglybuff may be pretty powerful, but there's a lot of scary situations that we can only do so much about. But we still start with this one because we can get a decent amount of items. Igglybuff is definitely one of the best protagonists in the special episodes. And so it's usually a bit more consistent to beat this one over most of the others. So that does help. And yeah, if we were to start with episode 1, Bidoof's Wish, we will be getting to that a little bit later. But yeah, without items, that episode is actually pretty hard. Anybody who's maybe tried it out on their own. Yeah, the partner in that episode is not fun to deal with, and the final fight in that episode is not fun to deal with. If you don't bring in items in some sort of way, you're pretty much really, really reliant on just getting super lucky to actually get through that episode. So,
yeah, that was definitely one of the hardest ones for sure. I remember struggling a lot on that one for like when I first played this.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't blame you.
The final dungeon is brutal.
Yep. Yeah, even when you know what's coming, you just might not be able to get enough items to actually get through it.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so now that we've gotten the opening cutscenes out of the way, we're about to get into the first dungeon. If you haven't seen Pokemon Mystery Dungeon before, the mechanics are essentially roguelike, where it's turn-based. You've got kind of a grid system dungeon with floors that are randomly generated. So what we want to do is we want to find the stairs on every floor, proceed through as quick as we can. And if we can find some good items along the way, that'd be great. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to be using Pound here. We do have Baynet and Scroopy with us as partners. Also, that is amazing. I'll talk about that power band later. But yeah, these two won't really follow our commands. They're just kind of coming with us. So they will help to defeat enemies, but we can't control what moves they are going to use, which won't be the case for a lot of the partners we'll have going forward. So, also got a Petrify Orb, which is nice. Petrify Orb is an item which petrifies everything in a room, which essentially stuns them for a certain amount of time. Getting poison's a bit unfortunate there, play it safe. But yeah, now we have to hope that Baynet actually doesn't attack, which Frustration is a good one. Okay, Blinker Seed could be good too. We'll talk about that a bit later, because I probably won't be using it just yet. Alright, I need to get pretty lucky if I'm gonna make it. I don't heal there. Okay. But yeah, this is what I mean by the episodes are pretty rough sometimes. I'm hoping that I still keep that power band, because that was actually the most important item there. Petrify Orb would be nice to keep too, but when you die, you lose a random amount of your items. So we'll see what happens when we go off here. Luckily, a death here is actually not too bad. There are certain places where it'd be a lot worse, but because this is, just the first episode, we can just go straight back in and it doesn't take that long. All right, let's see what we get this time. Okay, we still have the Petrify Orb. I'll take that. Got a lot of enemies to fight here.
Getting pretty lucky too, if the stairs falling right in front of you like a couple times now.
Yeah, the stairs luck actually hasn't been too bad, except for that one floor. Hopefully... Ooh, nice, another Petrify Orb.
Hey.
All the pin missiles. Yeah, we normally don't want Scroopy to use pin missile, but it does help sometimes. Still gets the kills anyways. Alright, that is a nice item to see. The Reviver Seed.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it is an item that just instantly revives you as soon as you take a death. So if we had one earlier, we could have avoided that poison death. But not much we can do about that. Actually, that Foothold would be really nice. That is a Petrify Orb that works on the entire floor. So that's going to be super useful. Alright, let's get through these enemies. Orf has not been too kind with the stairs. But yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of crazy layouts as we go throughout this run. Murky Forest has some weird ones compared to normal. Like, there are some usual layouts that you can expect to see, but Murky Forest generates a bit of a weird set. So, normally I'll know, or at least I'll have a rough idea of where the rooms are, but with Murky Forest, some of the layouts, I just have to hope I get lucky. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for that seed. Hope it's a revive. Totter Seed. That could also be useful. But okay,
I forget what...
Oh, yeah?
I was gonna say, like, what does Totter Seed do again? I forget, actually.
So the Totter Seed gives whoever eats it the confusion status. So it essentially just makes them not really be able to control the direction that they're trying to go in. So that could be, if they try to use a move, it might go in the wrong direction. So they'll only have like a 1 in 8 chance of hitting the intended target. And you also can't move in the direction that you want to go in. So it can be a pretty annoying one if you're afflicted with it, but it's also nice to use against some scary enemies. But yeah, now that we've cleared Murky Forest, the point of us going into this dungeon was these two wanted to go on an expedition, kind of a mock one, to the end of this forest and see if they could find like the big scary monster in here. But I mean, we're at the end. Obviously, there's no monster, so it's time to leave.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
These noises.
Oh shoot, the monster's real!
No!
And so those two immediately skedaddle. Igglybuff, I don't think understands what the situation is still. So just kind of waiting. Armaldo trying to act all big and scary.
It's like, what are you doing?
Not scared.
Who do you think you are?
Igglybuff being the persistent one, actually just convinces Armaldo to show him his house.
What if secretly Igglybuff was the monster then?
Yeah, honestly,
Maybe in the perspective of Armaldo or something.
probably could be.
Just a very courageous or oblivious lad. You know, either way.
Yep,
Maybe both.
he's having fun though, so it's all right.
Oh yeah.
So Armaldo's talking about being an explorer and going on all these adventures, and Igglybuff is instantly hooked on it. So Armaldo decides, you know, I'll show you my secret map. Just, you know, don't do anything with it. No, talking about like how cool it is and like, oh man, this map is so like has such a hidden secret. How is anybody ever supposed to figure it out? Igglybuff just decides, you know what, burn it.
Honestly, a bold move to just like show someone your secret like that early into knowing them.
So yeah, Armaldo's obviously pretty sad about it, but Igglybuff actually noticed something about the map, and so the reason why he burned it was there was actually a secret if you burned it.
Ooh.
So the map actually has the name and location of another dungeon. So now that they think there's treasure in there, Igglybuff wants to go. And Armaldo, you know, recognizing that Igglybuff figured out the location and Igglybuff does have some talent, decides that, sure, they can go on an adventure together. Igglybuff's super happy. Alright, now I gotta be a little bit careful here. Okay, I'm gonna go to Armaldo's shelter, because if I went back to Murky Forest, I'd have to do the dungeon again. And seeing what happened last time,
God.
I don't want to go back.
Understandable. Didn't realize that was the case, honestly. That's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't really know why they've set it up that way. I guess it's if you want to grind, but I don't know. Starting us on it was the scary part. So in this episode, the only playable character is Igglybuff, but Armaldo is going to join us for our adventures going forward.
Yeah, this episode's all about the backstory of Wigglytuff, one of the main protagonists of the story mode of this game. So we're just seeing them as a baby, essentially, right now.
Yep. Alright, we don't have any items, so that Kangaskhan Rock is the storage in this game. So if we had any items, we could access them right now with storage, but this is the first episode. Okay, so we're gonna just get that ready. So yeah, now we've got Armaldo. He's also pretty strong. He'll be able to take out a lot of enemies here, so gonna keep him around. Also, we'll take those max elixirs. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
a mechanic just saved me there. So what just happened there was if you get to a low enough health... Game, please. If you get to a low enough health, you will potentially be like bodyguarded by a Pokemon that's near you if they have the right IQ skill. And yeah, that's what we just saw there. Ooh, also Luminesorb is nice. That is an item that shows you the entire floor layout as well as where the stairs are. So if we see a really bad layout, we can grab it there.
These Inkalos are really annoying.
Oh, that is too many Diglett.
Oh no!
We're just gonna let Armaldo deal with them.
That's a whole Dugtrio at that point. Sheesh.
Why are there so many Diglett right now? I'm scared. All right. Well, yeah. As we already saw, Diglett has magnitude. We don't like that. If we got really unlucky, it probably could have killed both of us with a magnitude 10, but luckily that ended up not being the case.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's do that. Okay, now we're level 18. It does give us a little power boost. Igglybuff gets some really good stats here.
Igglybuff cringe. Oh no. Forgot that was the stats.
Like how there's this Magikarp in this dungeon as well, just randomly. Okay, luckily I've got Armaldo next to me, so I'll be protected. But yeah, there are just random traps around, which you've probably been seeing from time to time. Also just completely random. And they've got like a wide variety of effects. The sleep one is one of the scariest. What the heck? Wow, I'm getting unlucky.
No.
Okay.
Fury Swipe is so annoying to deal with.
I haven't died in Eastern Cave in a while. Oh, okay, perfect. We actually just go right back into it. That's a relief.
Nice. That's at least good. Yeah, I know it's a big thing about like mystery dungeon games like this, that if there's a move that hits multiple times in a row, it will absolutely destroy you.
Yep, yeah, in Rescue Team it is a lot worse. Wow. What the heck?
Okay.
This is crazy, what the heck? Okay.
Thanks, Ninkata.
But yeah, what's even more surprising about that is they actually nerfed multi-hit moves in this game compared to Rescue Team. In Rescue Team it was like around 70% accurate. Now it should be under half. So all of these Fury Swipes hitting is actually pretty unlikely. We'll take that Insomnoscope. Oh man, I lost all those items. That's unfortunate. That second death was very costly.
I believe in the comeback though.
I think once we get out of this episode, it should be okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers seed will be nice. I'm hoping to find more Reviver Seeds, because the more of those we can find, the easier of a time we'll have for the rest of it. I was hoping to get a bunch of Reviver Seeds out of this episode, but so far not getting too lucky with items yet.
Does getting money matter at all in this run?
So for this run,
not.
No. There are Kecleon shops that can show up. They have okay items, but it's usually not too useful to grab them.
That's what I figured, honestly. It didn't seem like it would be too useful here.
'Cause yeah, if they show up in my path, I'll grab them, but grab that as well. Okay. And so Eastern Cave is only 10 floors, so we're out of that dungeon.
Nice, nice.
But all right, we've made it to the end, and now we've got a puzzle that we need to solve. Looks kind of insane. Got like blocks on the left, we got spikes on the walls. Got some pieces that seem like they'll fit together. Armaldo's ready to assess the situation. It's reasonable to think that there's some treasure beyond that door. But yeah, there's certainly a lot of traps around. Seems like we're gonna need to figure out a puzzle here. But yeah, funny enough, in the main story, there is actually a crystal puzzle where you need to change the colors of crystals to match in a certain way in order to proceed. So it looks like that's what's about to happen here. So Igglybuff, understanding Armaldo's solution, it completely ignores it. And yeah, sometimes brute force is just the way to go.
Sometimes just destroying the door, it means you just get to the end faster. Who knew?
Yep. But yeah, behind the door there actually was some treasure.
And a room made of like marble or something.
Yeah.
Impressive.
It does look pretty cool. It's got an interesting design in the back. And yeah, Igglybuff, not really knowing what a defend globe is, but is just super happy that they found the treasure. Just having a grand old time.
It's about the adventure, after all.
Exactly.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
The
to them.
Yunta.
I like that. Yunta.
So yeah, now that Igglybuff's had so much fun on this adventure, really wants to keep exploring with Armaldo. So Igglybuff is either bowing or kneeling on the floor, but he's so round that it looks like he just fell over.
Oh my gosh. He's just so happy. I love him.
All the little spins.
Or just spin out of pure joy like this. Just can't contain yourself.
Yeah, this is the other reason that it's nice to start with this episode, because Igglybuff's just such a happy little guy. Such a happy little episode. Even if the enemies haven't been too happy so far.
The one unhappy thing, I must say.
Yep. Armaldo trying to warn about traps and then falls into a trap himself. It's okay, I can rescue him later.
He'll be fine. Oh, geez.
Yeah, this expedition ended up going really well. And all that treasure.
So many of it. Surely it's all something that's treasure and nothing bad at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely it's not booby-trapped or anything.
We never actually get to know.
Oh, we don't? Okay.
They leave it in suspense.
I guess so.
Yeah, as it just foreshadowed, their next expedition is going to be to Fortune Ravine, which is going to be the next dungeon that we get to tackle in this episode. That Nidoking was a bit suspicious, but we'll worry about that later.
We love a little foreshadowing.
Yep. Alright, and then choose the shelter. Let's not go back to the forest. Alright, so I believe I ended up finding a Totter Seed on that last one, which is going to be really nice for something that's coming up soon. Alright. Time to go to Fortune Ravine. Hopefully we can find some good items there.
I believe in Reviver Seeds. Come on. I believe. What do these two do for work?
I honestly don't know.
How'd they get the house?
Maybe one of them is the Wigglytuff for the friend areas and rescue team.
Ooh, maybe. Probably pretty decently. It's a big nice house right there.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like specific connection, but there are some, like this episode in particular has more rescue team themed songs, probably because it's like more so in the past than a lot of the special episodes. So it may not be completely out there.
I'm just admiring the craftsmanship of the house over here. Don't mind me. Just the doorway looks exactly like Wigglytuff is so cool.
Yep. All right. Uh-oh. So there's a problem, but we don't have time to worry about that. It's time for Fortune Ravine. All right, Oranberry. That's nice. Hopefully these orbs are good. Radar's okay. That just shows us all the enemies on the map. Skateboard we're not going to be using in this unless... well, hopefully we won't. That'll just reset the dungeon for us, essentially. But yeah, this dungeon has some weird layouts as well. It's a bit friendlier than Murky Forest, but normally the layouts are a bit wider here, which makes it tougher to speed through in general, unless you get really lucky with stairs. We are going to be grabbing those. Gravel rocks are somewhat nice. We probably won't use them in this episode, but they are nice in an episode that will be coming up later. Oh right, I have the Insomnoscope. That's actually really helpful right now. Because of my held item, I actually can't be put to sleep, so any of those sleep traps that we encounter, we can just ignore. We got 3 of these. I'm going to use them. Right. Don't really want to wake up the Abra if we can help it. Those things... oh, okay. Well, gonna have to at least fight this one. We can't one-shot them. They're usually just asleep, so we can ignore them. Usually not too dangerous, but it's just nice to not actually have to fight them.
Oh no.
Right, we're gonna do this in order to avoid that. By turning off the moves and having my tactics on Let's Go Together, I can force Armaldo to just run away from certain enemies. So that way we didn't have to go through all those fighting animations there. Alright, now we're on 8F. This is the last floor of this dungeon, so let's hopefully get out of here. Alright, level 19. And yeah, the stat gains are still really good.
Come on, Reviver Seed. Reviver Seed, I believe.
Blinker Seed.
Ah!
Which is still not bad.
Absolutely, yeah.
Depending on what happens, we may even take advantage of that in the next fight. Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't get too lucky with the stairs there. Eye Drop Seed is not really something I'm looking for. That is a seed that allows you to see traps for the entire floor, which is nice in certain scenarios. Kind of similar to the Radar Orb, where it's like, it's nice for the one floor, but yeah, after that, it doesn't really do much. And there are more utility-based seeds that can help us out in a pinch. Alright, I will make a quick save here, just in case. So now we're going on to the second part of the dungeon. It's 6 floors. It's somewhat scary. Honestly, the scariest thing that can happen, I'm not going to say because I feel like it's going to jinx it. I will maybe talk about it afterwards.
Understandable. Oh, I think I know what you're referring to, actually.
Yeah.
I will also not say it.
Okay, I'm liking the stairs so far. Rock slide should be okay. No flinch, that's good. Zinc band, sure, let's put that on Armaldo. Boost special defense. That's fine. Oh, self-destruct. That is a move that does, it deals half your HP and damage, regardless of whether you or the enemy is using it. But when an enemy is using it, it does like a fixed 40 damage. So it's kind of an interesting effect that affects allies and enemies differently. Little...
I thought that's what you're referring to, by the way.
What's that?
I thought that's what you were referring to earlier, by the way.
Oh, bug bite? I didn't really
No,
have...
self-destruction.
Oh, self-destruct. That,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about, because it can only deal... Oh, man.
Oh.
You know what? We got a Spurn Orb. That warps every enemy out of the room. So, we're just gonna do that. No more
Good call,
enemies.
good call.
Okay. So, we've made it to the end of the dungeon. We're actually almost at the end of the episode. There's just one last thing that we gotta do. And that's... Well, let's just get through this door, really. We gotta open it up and find the treasure. And then once we've done that, we'll be moving on to the next one.
It should be Bidus, right? Oh no, it was the last one, right? Like number 5?
Oh, yeah, the next episode after this is going to be episode 5, Grovile's episode.
Nice, nice.
But, there was a trap, so we're not going to get through that door. So, now that we're done with the dungeon aspect of it, what a relief that we didn't get a monster house, because those can spawn pretty much during this entire story, but they have generally like a higher spawn rate towards the end. Uh-oh, wait, what's that sound?
I'm incredibly excited.
Oh no, it's a monster house.
Oh no.
So yeah, the boss of this episode is actually a monster house, so it's 6 enemies. Hopefully we'll be able to get through it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a Totter Seed at the camera up to get it out of the way. Take out Vespiquen. All right, I'm liking that so far. Block is completely okay because we're not moving anyways. We're just gonna have Water Gun here. Yanmega's down, that's awesome. Fadal's down, that's awesome. All that's left is this Probopass. And then we're gonna switch tactics to go after foes. And there we go. All right, very clean fight.
Oh my goodness, that was really good.
That camera up has magnitude, which could have ended in a similar situation to the Diglets from earlier. So luckily we didn't see that. If it does happen, the Totter Seed effect will at least damage all of the enemies in the room too. But if it was like magnitude 9 or 10, we were probably dead. So we made it through. And yeah, that is pretty much it for episode 5. So we've made it to the end. And, you know, we see these like ancient ruins. But yeah, just as they're about to go off and explore these ancient ruins, time is about to start finally catching up with our dear master Armaldo. Unfortunately, Armaldo is not an explorer. Armaldo is actually an outlaw. We've actually been traveling with a criminal this entire time who was on the run. And Nidoking recognized him and was able to get the Officer Magnezone, the Magnemites, over, and they're arresting him. But yeah, Igglybuff might be about to do something he's going to regret. But the one who asked him to stop is Armaldo himself. And I'll let this part play out a bit. and gives him the treasure from the first adventure they did together in Eastern Cave, the Defend Globe. And Wigglytuff still has it even to this day. Truly bad Pokemon don't really exist anywhere. And that is the end of Igglybuff the Prodigy.
Who cut onions in here? Sheesh.
Very nice story. Super
It's
happy
really
for a lot
nice,
of it.
yeah.
But yeah, hits you in the feels when it wants to.
Which is a great way to describe this entire game, honestly.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Very, very
It really
true.
takes you for an excellent journey.
And yeah, in order to actually save our items for the next episode, we have to sit through the credits. They can't be skipped. It's usually about like 2 minutes for each of them. We'll just like wait through them. And then, yeah, we'll move on to the next episode.
Yeah, someone in chat had the same question I was actually going to ask as well too. But has it ever stated why, like the reason why Armel was an outlaw in the first place?
Not really. It's more that like it's part of his past that we just don't know. It really just gets brought up here. And yeah, Armaldo never really explains it. Who knows? Maybe that'll be its own special episode in the future. They ever make an Explorers remake?
Maybe. It is really cool to see just like all these different backstories from the main, just of the characters from the main story, just like told in general. That's why special episodes are so cool to me.
Yeah, they were very.
Like, we'll
nice
see more of
to
that too. We'll see more of that too throughout like this run tonight. But
Exactly.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. When they first released these games as Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness, these special episodes weren't around. When they made Explorers of Sky, they made a lot of quality of life improvements. They added some more post-game content. They added like Spinda's Cafe. And yeah, most importantly for this run, they added the special episodes. And it's been really nice to see how they fleshed them out.
One of those things you don't really see in not a lot, like a lot of games in general, I guess, unless it's more of an open world game, like maybe like GTA or something. It's just like that sort of thing where you get like the main characters of the game do their normal thing, and then like these random backstory moments that like really add to that character themselves, and that I love that sort of thing. More games should do that.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful, yeah.
And all right, it's going to save our items, and then we'll get into the next episode. All right. In the Future of Darkness. So this is an episode that takes place technically at the end of the 90% of like the main story. So if you've not seen like near the end of Explorers of Sky, this is a little bit of spoilers. But yeah, hopefully you've seen it. And if nothing else, it's not crazy. Spoilers anyways. But yeah. If you remember, Grovyle essentially sacrifices himself to take Dusknoir back to the future. We don't really get to see what happens beyond that. Also, you may notice that my partner and partner's name are something particular.
Oh. I just noticed it too.
So yeah, this is the first episode where you'll see that.
Any primers? After all, your sub is Prime Gaming sub, gift subs, and bits here on GDQ channel to help support GDQ Hotfix. After all, if you enjoy watching Speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel, access emotes, and other stuff like that. It's pretty cool. All right, there we go. I put an announcement right in there.
But yeah, so for some context with this, this save file is actually from a recruitamal that I did back in 2020. It was like a recruitamal where I recruited every Pokemon from every game in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series at that time, other than WiiWare, because I didn't really have access to WiiWare. But yeah, it was like a whole 2-week long event. It was a lot of fun. And one of the things that I had at that time was channel points had just become a thing. So everybody was starting to collect them. And I figured it would be a good way to use them to actually have people name like all of my different Pokemon that I had, as well as my team names throughout the run. So yeah, they ended up deciding on Twitch and Prime, and then my team name is Subscribe.
Incredible.
It's funny that it ended up coming back after 4 years now, which is crazy. Almost 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, even crazier still was the first day of that series Recruit-em-all is the day they announced Rescue Team DX.
Huh.
So in like the beginning of that run, there's like a Pokemon Direct that's happening, and everybody who's in call with me was just freaking out about PMD. I was just like, what? And I didn't really get to see the game until like 2 weeks later.
No kidding. I imagine it was probably very worth it for you at that point, right?
Yeah, it was absolutely worth it.
Hell yeah. Hopefully they make more of these games eventually. It was nice to have the remake that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, I hope they make more. I guess we'll see, because usually the timeline is about like 4 to 5 years, so we could potentially see one either next year or the year after. But okay, so we get to play as Grovyle in this episode. So, Grovyle is a really good protagonist as well. Gets just all really solid moves that we can use for a ton of different situations. But the one thing that's a little weird about this episode is, unlike most of them, including Igglybuff, we don't really have access to storage immediately in the run. So we are going to have to get through the first couple dungeons without any sort of items from a previous episode. Just going to take this guy out. Dig is honestly really nice for a lot of these weird matchups because it just does so much damage. It's a little bit slow, but a lot of these enemies are going to take 2 hits anyways, so works out all right. Also a lot safer. Yeah, so this is a run where we're going to be seeing a lot of dungeons. This is... I wanted that banned. All right.
Oh, gosh.
Fine. This is an episode that is very long. This is double the length of the next longest episode. So we are going to be here for a while.
Also, now I'm seeing this again too. I actually do remember playing this one. I think I did all 5 special episodes casually a while ago.
Okay, nice.
If it ends with who I think it ends with, then absolutely I have.
Yeah, if you know the ending, you definitely remember it. It sticks with you. Yeah, so...
Question for Chad. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, each of these dungeons here are 5 floors. So we'll be trying to rush through them as quick as we can, hopefully finding more seeds. Ooh, okay, that is scary. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, question from chat. Can you explain the item management that goes on in this run?
So...
And like, are main game items also allowed too?
So main game items are not allowed for this run. That's scary. I should be able to beat this. Okay, let me get through this monster house first.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we saw like a boss battle monster house earlier. Oh, that's... let's see. This is gonna be tough to get through. Oh, I lost Leaf Blade. I thought I lost Dig. Okay. We may just have to take a death here.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is one of the problems with not having access to the items early on. which admittedly we didn't have that many, but I think I did have a Petrify Orb that I could have used there. But also, this dungeon's pretty short, and it's super early on, so we don't really lose too much for it anyways. Like, I guess if I'm gonna have deaths, I'd rather have them be early. Also, oh no, it's Shift Tree. I'm gonna see if the next enemy that shows up is the Shift Tree, otherwise I'll just leave. That might be it. Because I do want that full hold orb. That'll help me if I find another monster house. Yep, nice. Okay, so item management for this run. Pretty much the main useful items are going to be orbs and seeds. So I'm just checking all of those as much as I can. Bands, well, okay, that was funny. Bands are also useful. And I'm actually going to equip this one. Power Band is what I want to look for Grovile. Actually, I don't want to get poisoned, so we'll take that. But yeah, we just kind of want to find some, like a couple bands just to have for our Pokemon going forward. But yeah, that's the general idea. Food rarely is needed for special episodes, which is kind of nice. None of the dungeons are too long, so unless you just get super unlucky with layouts, you shouldn't really need food. Max elixirs are also something that don't come up too often in special episodes, just because, yeah, the dungeons are mostly short. It can happen sometimes, though, so it's nice to have just a couple of spare ones ready, just in case. There is one episode coming up where it will matter, but we've got some time before that, so I'm sure we'll find plenty of max elixirs in that time, because especially in this episode, we find a lot. But yeah, the way that items work from the storage is we start this run with a completely clean storage. We can't use any items from the main story. But we are allowed to use items from previous episodes that we've completed. Let's do this. Take that out. Alright, so Dusknoir we can't really control here, so we're just gonna hope that he just helps us out a little bit, takes out some Sableye. He's using Ice Punch, which is not really the move we want to see from him. He's got Shadow Punch and Shadow Sneak, which are both pretty good. There we go.
Nice.
Alright, so didn't take a death there, which is nice. Because Dusknoir is kind of part of our team, but not fully yet, even if he died there, we actually don't lose, as long as Grovile lives. So, now that we're done with that Sableye fight, Grovile and Dusknoir are actually going to team up, because Dusknoir is confused as to why the Sableye just suddenly betrayed him there and started attacking him. So yeah, we're going to be partnering with the two of us, and out of all the special episodes, Dusknoir is by far the best partner that we could have. Shadow Sneak being able to attack through you is really nice, and because Dusknoir can go through the walls, we're going to encounter a lot of ghost types, and the Shadow Sneak and Shadow Punch combo can just absolutely destroy them. So we're going to be taking full advantage of having Dusknoir as our partner. Alright, now this is our chance to get items. Because yeah, I don't really have too much, so I'm probably just going to take the Oran Berries. So yeah, we'll grab these, and I will take the Petrify just because that got kind of crazy there.
Petrify Orb, my beloved. That one always comes in clutch, honestly.
Yeah, they're super nice. The more I can find, the better. And there we go, 2 max liches already. We may not even use them, but they're just nice to have. Alright, so I'm going to see the power of Dusknoir. Shadow Sneak, like I was saying, very, very good. Shadow Punch also can just take out a lot of things that are just close by. And so, yeah, I'm just going to have him as the partner. Even if he starts attacking things, he can usually catch up pretty quick because he can go through walls. And yeah, hopefully we can find some power bands for these two, because Dusknoir with a power band is super nice. Reviver Seed, nice, okay.
Hey, there it is.
We've been a bit dry on this run. Okay, with these traps.
What the?
This is also an interesting dungeon because it's a weird one where it's 4 floors instead of like 5 or 10, even though it's actually got data for at least 10 floors, but due to some either like error or just realizing that this was too long early on, they decided to make it only 4 floors. So hopefully we'll be out of there soon. There we go. Alright, so we got some nice stuff from there. Having the revive definitely makes me feel a lot better, so hopefully we can manage to get through at least the rest of this episode without too much trouble. And the more reviver seeds we get, the easier time we'll have in the upcoming ones. Alright, so getting through that dungeon, we've managed to trap a Sableye. So now Sableye is going to spill the beans on what's happening right now in the future, and why Dusknoir got attacked. Yeah, so Master Dialga has a new henchman who is replacing Dusknoir because Dusknoir failed to stop the main characters in the past. So their goal is to take out both Dusknoir and Grovyle together. Poor Dusknoir has been betrayed. But yeah, right now in the main story, the heroes are going to Temporal Tower to, stop the paralysis of the entire planet. But in the future, Grovyle and Dusknoir are now about to go over there as well in order to confront Dialga themselves. Future Primal Dialga.
Twitch Prime, do your best.
Twitch Prime, let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, so it's time for Temporal Tower. In the main game, this dungeon is 13 floors, but here it's only going to be 10, so it's been made a little bit easier. Enemies are still pretty scary though, so hopefully we'll be able to get through this. Hornberries are always nice. At this point, I'll probably be using quite a few of them, as long as I don't have more revives.
Also, we need more jammy modes in chat. This song for this dungeon here is too damn good, to say the least.
Yeah, I love Temple Tower's theme.
It's so good.
It's such a fun song to end the any percent run on.
I can only imagine. Just it's really hyped for the ending.
Oh no. Okay, please wake up. It's not really in a good spot because Dusknoir can't attack. There we go. So Drowsies are also kind of scary here. Not even just for the hypnosis shenanigans that we saw there, but because they have this ability called Forewarn, which if you've gone through the beginning of the game, you may have encountered it. because that Drowsy has it too. And it's an ability which essentially chooses a move slot that you have. And this can also be your regular attack. And it just denies it. It makes it so the attack is always avoided. Which can be quite bad, because you can play around it as best you can, but if you can't hit your enemy, then there's only so much you can do. Dittos are also quite silly in the early Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, because they didn't really work with them properly. They have only transform that one PP, and as soon as they use it, they have no moves because they don't copy it from whoever they transformed into. So they just start struggling. So
Oh yeah, that explains that then.
yeah, so it's pretty easy to tell when a Pokemon is a Ditto, because they'll just start struggling you randomly.
Yeah, they can just kind of use it randomly then, so they just immediately struggle. That's really funny.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that.
Alright, time for Temporal Spire. This one is the correct floor amount. It's going to be another 10. Dusknoir being able to go through walls is actually very helpful there. I've actually got quite a few orange berries, so I am going to eat one. Because Dusknoir is going to fight Sky anyways. There's 4 orange showing up again. Nice, another revive. Huge pickup. Dusknoir does not like sleeping Pokemon. Yeah, I love the utility of Shadow Sneak. Just being able to deal with enemies like this.
Being able to hit like A1 through the wall especially is just such a useful ability in this game.
Exactly. Because yeah, there's so many ghost types in the future, and having a Pokemon that can actually deal with them is really nice. Otherwise, it would make trying to get through any of these hallways so much harder. Ooh, agility. Porygon 2 is a pretty scary enemy in Temporal. Ooh, alright, out of moves, so I am actually going to use that Max Elixir. I'm glad I picked it up. I was a little worried that I was going to run out of moves, so glad I prepared for it.
Nice, nice.
Dusknoir's moves tend to be a bit more important, so I'll usually save Max Elixirs for him. But I do need to be able to do something, and Leaf Blade is kind of the go-to move. It doesn't hit too fast, but it is quite powerful, and it can crit.
Spawn on top of the stairs, let's go.
Love to see it.
Really love to see it.
Alright, this floor looks kind of rough, but okay, we found the stairs. Yeah,
That's nice.
That was a layout where I knew where all the rooms were, but it was uncertain as to how many of them actually connected, and yeah, like where the stairs would end up being. So we could have gone through a lot of rooms there in order to find it. We could have ended up spending like a couple minutes on that floor if we got really unlucky. But yeah, we've reached the top, but there's no Dialga. It's just not here right now.
It's not getting groceries, I get it.
He's out trying to collect Celebi. So I guess some Celebi
That as well
sticks.
too. Oh gosh.
But yeah, Celebi.
Maybe an onion or so.
Yeah, true, an onion. Yeah, Celebi has the power to open up the passage of time to go back to the past. So they're trying to do what they did before in order to get back and stop the heroes. So we gotta go and save Celebi. So our plan is going into Dusk Forest, which we actually do go into in the main story. One of the future dungeons that we're actually in. We get transported here. Ooh, Petrify was nice. So one thing about this dungeon is the sandstorms. So the sandstorms are not guaranteed, but they are very likely because of a Pokemon that we just killed out on. It's having Sandstream is kind of rough, so if one ever spawns, suddenly we'll just have a sandstorm. So we want to get through this place quick, and we want to hopefully not see too many Hippowdon spawn. Alright, there's one, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just completely random. It doesn't matter too much. It just kind of hurts our capability to heal. So we just prefer not seeing them. And of course, we don't need to see the animation either, which is nice. Ooh, that's an interesting layout. Okay. This looks like maybe an 8th-floor layout? Because I think there might be rooms over to the right. Yeah, okay. They were laid out in a certain way where you could tell it had a little bit more going on to the right. Which is fine. Normally I like to just check around the left side, because you know for sure that there are going to be rooms over there. But this dungeon has some longer floors, so you can expect to see it be all the way over on the right like this. Gonna do a little absorb here, okay. That's interesting. It's just Oranberry. Can't really do a whole lot here. We just have to wait for the attack to wear off. There we go. I wasn't too worried about Salamence defeating me, but I was worried about how long that effect was going to last. Yeah, I can last a couple turns, and it blocks pretty much everything. The one thing it doesn't block, surprisingly, is Gravel Rock, but unfortunately I lost all the ones I had before, I think. And the time I found some was a little bit late. But yeah, we did pick up another Luminous Orb, so hopefully we'll be able to use that to good effect. Right, so now we have to fight 6 Sableye this time. Let's see what we get here. Okay, they're attacking me and I got lynched. Okay, we're gonna just Oranberry myself. Hopefully Dusknoir takes these guys out. Without the power ban, he definitely does a bit less damage. Honestly, the Petrus Scarf doesn't matter too much. So okay. Ooh, that might kill. Yeah, that's unlucky.
Oh, no.
Nothing I can really do about that. Because if I Oranberried, that still would have put him pretty low. We should be okay from here. Pretty much guaranteed to take out these last couple guys. We are going to take our items back, though. I'm going to protect you. Because I'd rather not lose both my items. If it was just the Petra Scarf, I wouldn't have minded too much, but I would like to keep that special ban for an episode coming up.
Understandable, yeah. Losing our virus is also pretty brutal, too.
Yeah.
Also, I'm realizing we're just past the hour mark right now. Wouldn't be a good time to take a break.
Well, maybe at the end of, like, this little cutscene, because once we're out of here, we have to go to, kind of like an intermission point. So, yeah, we can probably take the break as soon as it kind of fades to black here, if you want.
That sounds good to me, honestly.
All right.
It's been a lot of fun so far. Time's just kind of flown by.
Yeah, it has. All right. So as soon as we load in here, I'll just wait on the text box here.
All right.
Okay.
So in that case, yeah, we're good. We're good. Yep. Go and pause the timer. So in that case, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in just a little bit with more of the run, but we gotta pay some bills here, run some ads, and we're going to all stay up and stretch and go like get some to eat during this time. Get like a little water, use the restroom, do what we gotta do, and we'll be back in just a little bit with more Speedruns Explore the Sky. Stick around, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. Welcome back to Do All the Things. GDQ Hotfix show about 100% speedruns and completionist runs in general like this. And before we get back into the run, I'm going to read a few announcements pertaining to some more events coming up in general. So first off, we have Games Like Quick Express. It's turning TwitchCon September 20th through 22nd. Use exclamation mark GQX in Twitch chat for more info and check out the schedule. It's just came out today, by the way. It's a fresh schedule right out the oven. Y'all should check that out. It's very cool. Yeah. Also, Games Like Quick is hiring. If you're interested in a full-time role at GDQ, we're looking forward to having a new Hotfix manager, which is, my boss at that point. But yeah, if you're looking for part-time work, we're looking for new shows as well, starting in 2024 season 4 in a month or two from now. Go gamesliquid.com/jobs to apply or share if others that may be interested. You could do what I'm doing right now if you really wanted to. Yeah. That being said, though, I think we're good to go back into round whenever you're ready, Whom.
Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, pretty much ready to go. So should I just count down to the play?
Absolutely.
All right. 3, 2, 1, resume. And all right, so we're going through kind of a pass to get to the next area, which is like this frozen island. Which, if you played the post game of Explorers of Sky, it is Blizzard Island, but like very much frozen over because it's the future and everything's been paralyzed. But yeah, there's not a whole lot for me to talk about in this dungeon, just because it really is a filler while we get over to the next main area. Oh no, I wanted those items, but that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a trap in the game that actually changes items into Pokemon.
That's wild. I forgot. I never saw that one actually. That's ridiculous.
It's one that doesn't show up too often. I'm trying to remember if like can show up in the main story. It probably can, but yeah, it's quite a prevalent one here, especially because we desperately need items here. Whereas during the main run, usually we get like all our items from missions and stuff. But yeah, this is just another 10th floor dungeon. The layouts here are definitely not as crazy as some of the dungeons we've been in so far. So hopefully we can just get through this, maybe find some decent items along the way, and then proceed on. Oh, and there's level ups. We saw a bunch of them in Igglybuff. We probably won't see too many in this episode, but a little boost is nice. Can definitely help us out. Alright, fingers crossed.
Come on, River Seed. Come on.
Seed. Oh, dang. Alright, so the Whiffer status means I can...
Come on, Leaf Blade.
Just another Todger Seed.
Another Todger Seed. That's still good.
This level 47. We do get a new move here, but we're not going to be using it because our moveset right now is just really good. The big punch from Dusknor. Oh, that is awkward dead end. But yeah, this is kind of what I mean by certain layouts are a little bit better than others, because you can tell where the rooms are probably going to be. So the reason why I didn't go down that hallway is because I knew that there was nothing actually there that would be a room. It was just a dead end. So I could backtrack quickly and move on to the next like set of rooms that there would be. So using a bit of like layout knowledge to my advantage there.
Imagine running like PMD games as long as you have. Definitely can't memorize the layouts of just like all these different randomly generated floors and all that.
Yeah, at least to a certain extent, because like I was talking about before, there's certain layouts where it's like just completely random, and you can only do so much to even tell where the rooms are in that case. But for certain floors like that, the layout is pretty standardized, and it's just a matter of how the rooms are connecting to each other. Sometimes it's in a good way, sometimes it's not. But yeah, now that we're at this frozen island, we've been told that Celebi is around here, and so we're just kind of continuing our quest to try and help out Celebi. Groval trying to ask for some information, and Snowruns didn't feel like giving it. Alright, time for Dark Ice Mountain. This dungeon's a little weird. It's got some awkward layouts. But the thing that's more an issue is the enemies in here, because they are a lot tougher to beat than most of the things we've encountered so far. They're usually able to tank at least a couple moves, so it makes getting through this place pretty slow, unless we don't encounter too many enemies. Sadly, Groval is also missing a lot, so that makes it take a lot longer as well.
Yeah, beyond just that, Skarmory seems like a pain in this dungeon for sure.
Yeah, we don't really have a great matchup against Skarmory, so it can tank a couple moves.
Yeah, if I can take like a Grova and a Dusknoir hit like back to back like that, it's definitely seems a little annoying to deal with.
Yeah, not too many enemies can actually do that. There is one other that will most likely show up as well. Don't really need the Faux Seal. Faux Seal orbs are essentially Faux Hold orbs, but they only last for a certain amount of time. And they're very, very slow, so it's usually not even worth it to use it. Unless it's like a very, very desperate situation. See where the enemies are here. Okay, yeah, there it is. So Licky Licky, unless we get some really good hits here, will probably survive a hit from both of us. Luckily, we got a crit there, which is good. Kinda wish I had that in Somnoscope again. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, I should still have more max elixirs, so we are going to use another one here. One other thing that's nice about Dusknoir is he also has an IQ skill, which every once in a while doesn't drain a power point from a move. So it means that he can technically use more moves than he actually has. That's unlucky. I was hoping that Dusknoir would just kill the Metang, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. I hit it while it was in a pursuit state, which means it reflects the damage it just takes. But because Dusknoir missed and then it used Psychic, that actually took me out. Ooh, that was a nice crit. Just instantly take out.
Love to see it.
Okay. So now we need to get through the Dark Ice Mountain Peak. Gonna make a quick save there. So yeah, the dungeon itself might have some problems, but it's not what I'm worried about here. The peak only has 4 floors. Layouts usually aren't too bad, but increased monster house chances, so like, we'll see what happens. We do have orbs, so it should be okay. But yeah, even though this part of the dungeon is only 4 floors, we do have something waiting after it. Alright, luckily I've got Dusknoir right next to me, so should be fine here. Okay, unless he misses. Dusknoir, please. There we go. Alright, let's see if that's a power band. Stamina, that's probably the worst band I could find in these episodes, because that just makes it so you don't get hungry as fast. But like I was talking about earlier, food's not too necessary for these dungeons, because they're relatively short. So we shouldn't need to use apples. But alright, so Gravel's about to get smashed by an icicle. But luckily, Dusknoir saves him.
Ouch.
Alright, so now we've got the Glalie and Mamoswine fight coming up. So yeah, this fight is pretty scary. The Glalie specifically are absolutely brutal. Mamoswine, if things go okay, shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens here. So let's do this, and then big. Okay, Mamoswine down. That's a relief.
Nice, nice.
Alright, take out that Glalie. Oh,
Big
please
damage.
don't die to that. Oh, that was close. Okay. Dusknoir keeping it interesting. Alright, that's another Glalie down. Oh, now I'm keeping it interesting. Okay, we got the overgrow damage, so we do boosted damage when we're low on HP, so took advantage of that to take out the Glalie. And there we go. All right, made it through that fight. Yeah,
That was so scary.
we actually saw the better moves out of them too, which is kind of terrifying. Because you know, Bite and Ice Fang are pretty powerful on us, but those Glalie have like Powder Snow, Icy Wind. It's just not a fun time. Icy Wind is guaranteed to slow if it hits us, and getting slowed in a boss fight is just the worst feeling in the world. But yeah, managed to make it through. That's a huge relief. But yeah, now we get a little bit more dialogue between Grovyle and Dusknoir, now that they're kind of in a moment of respite, or I don't know if that's the right word. Moment of rest. But yeah, Dusknoir is just interested in why Grovyle is trying so hard to save the future, when it means that they're all gonna... What's the right word? I guess I wanted to say disintegrate, which is technically right, but also not. They're gonna cease to exist because they're allowing the Pokemon of the past to stop the planet's paralysis, which means this future will no longer exist, and therefore they no longer exist. Dusknoir doesn't want that to happen because it wants to, live. But Grovyle wants to see the world in a better place and is willing to sacrifice himself to make that happen. Respite? Alright.
Sure.
Yeah, shoutouts to the protagonists of this story, Twitch and Prime.
Good old Twitch and Prime.
Man, it's kind of interesting how these icicles generate electricity. Wouldn't normally think they'd be able to do that.
I don't know if it's even possible, considering it's like heat that would be generating. That's ice.
Yeah. But it's the future. It's a world where the planet's paralyzed. I guess anything can happen.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so the Snorunt has actually described that the Sableye were carrying Celebi. So, unfortunately, Celebi has been captured, and we're gonna need to go and rescue her. Snorunt gets a bit scared off by the electricity, so unfortunately we can't get any more information out. We don't know if the henchman is with them, but given how the Snorunt was acting, it's most likely that they are. Alright. Onwards to the Icicle Forest. Another dungeon similar to Spatial Cliffs, where it's more a kind of a filler dungeon. It is 10 floors, so gonna have to make it through that. But yeah, because of how many dungeons we're actually going through, we're now starting to get to the point where our inventory is getting pretty full. So if I do find any good items going forward, like that is an amazing item.
That's a great one.
I'm gonna have to switch out some items manually instead of just picking them up. But yeah, really happy to see that. Alright, we'll take this thing out. Drifblim are one of the scariest enemies that we could see in here, because they've got Aftermath, which it does the explosion effect, which means we are taking half damage anytime that we get hit by it. But it's also got an ability called Unburden, which allows it to attack multiple times.
That is incredibly scary. I forgot about that.
It is one of the scariest enemies that we could find in this place. Also, there we go. Got Dusknoir back. We encountered a warp trap, which just warped us to a random spot in the dungeon, which is kind of scary because it means that Dusknoir was not with us for a bit. And it's usually nice to have our partner with us because it can help us out. Orb's okay. Fossil we don't need.
I think I have a few of those right now.
Yeah, I'll probably be using those as items that I just get rid of as I need more space. Dusknoir's going to take a bit of time taking out that Licky Licky. Type matchup's not in his favor. But unlike in main series where the moves just wouldn't even be able to hit, they just have little effect here but still do damage. So even Dusknoir's ghost moves can still take out normal types. Sim's okay, but not quite what I'm looking for. Sadly, haven't been lucky on the power bands, because those would help out immensely with getting through these episodes. Several food items went bad, that is okay. That's really just turning all of our apples into Grammy food, which we're probably not going to be eating anyways, so not too worried about that. Oh, out of that move. We should be getting close to the end. I do have a couple max glitches though. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Ooh, okay. Let's both. Oh, right, own tempo. And we'll just wait it out. Dusknoir should eventually win this. We're Berry to be safe because we got tons of those. Come on, Dusknoir, you can do it.
Come on, Dusknoir, clutch it out.
Thank you.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, pretty rough situation to be in because I don't have a way to break the confusion, so just kind of wait it out. But there we go. At least the end of that was okay. All right, so now we got longer cutscenes awaiting us here. Time for a lot of big story stuff to happen. So yeah, we can see that Celebi has indeed been captured. And it turns out it was a Spiritomb. So we did...
Tell me it wasn't just a rock?
It wasn't just a rock, no. Yeah, the Spiritomb we did encounter during the main story. And it was just kind of like a quick mini boss fight. Now we're seeing him again. Yeah, Grovyle senses that something is wrong, but it's not really able to show what exactly. Unfortunately, Grovyle didn't quite trust his gut, and has been trapped. So the ice pillars with their like dark electricity or whatever it is, have actually been foreshadowing for this moment. And Dusknoir with his creepy laugh is actually about to reveal everything, and it turns out, yeah, Dialga actually never did betray Dusknoir. This was all a trick to get Grovyle to this specific spot. These ice pillars have the power to actually melt a spirit away, and the goal is to, yeah, essentially, like, destroy Dusknoir's spirit, or Grovyle's spirit, and then have Dusknoir possess him, and travel back to the past, and, you know, meet up with the starter and partner. And, you know, while they're, you know, rejoiced about Grovyle coming back, gonna betray them and stop them from being able to save the world. And is this game harder than Red Blue Rescue Team? It's... I guess it depends on... in what way. Because they're both kind of hard, but for different reasons. I personally feel that Blue Rescue Team's a bit more reasonable, but you have a lot less item space to work with. So if you don't really know your items and moves too well, it can be pretty difficult. And you'll probably encounter a lot more enemies in that game. Whereas with this one, you have a lot more options available for you, but the general gameplay feels a lot longer. So you've got to have the stamina to be able to get through it.
I know personally I struggled in a few spots in this game myself, but I'll say the same thing about the first game too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's that. They're both very tricky, and like if you don't know what's going on or don't read the situation right, it could absolutely just get out of hand super fast.
For sure.
Either way though, both games very much worth playing, extremely fun, and You will cry, and it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, these games are absolutely worth it. You may struggle a bit with the gameplay aspect, but it's worth it for the cutscenes. But yeah, while Grovile is, getting his spirit melted away, he's trying one last-ditch effort to plead with Dustnor, because he's realized that Dustnor's not actually such a bad guy. Like, sure he betrayed us, and sure he's trying to essentially make the world stay paralyzed, but he's still a good guy deep down. He doesn't need to do this. Yeah, just as it seems all hope is lost, Grovile is disappearing. The one who actually stops Grovile from fading away is Dustnor. But after doing that, somebody's not too happy.
Oh no.
We get to see Mr. Gru himself, Primal Dialga.
Mr. Gru.
Mr. Gru. So yeah, Dustnor already doesn't have too much strength after doing that. And yeah, Dialga's getting the advantage there. And the Sableye realized that Dialga seems kind of itchy, so they're helping scratch him. Oh, nice.
How very kind of them.
Yep. Dialga is very much not happy. And Spiritomb freaking out is like, you know what, I'm out. We don't need to deal with this anymore. Which actually releases Celebi. So looks like they're about to have a whole battle. But then something happens. Something that's not been seen in the future in a very, very long time.
Aurora Borealis.
In this day and age?
This time of year, this part of the world. Book lies entirely within my future.
Entirely within my future, indeed. But yeah, Dialga is very much not happy with this now. Like, no. The world is changing. The wind is blowing.
He's roar time, and time is 11:30. Okay, that's pretty good.
I like that. But yeah, the future is changing. Whether better or worse, it is changing. Back to how it's supposed to be, where the world's not paralyzed. But yeah, Primal Dialga has long since lost his mind, and really just cares about keeping the world paralyzed. So his plan is to go back using the passage of time that we used during the main story, in order to go back and just force himself upon the past and, just wreak havoc as much as he can. So as a last-ditch effort, Grovile, Dustnor, and Celebi are going to work together to conquer the last dungeon and try and stop Dialga before it's too late. But Grovile's noticed that we're starting to disappear. Twitch. All right.
Not Twitch, no.
So, Celebi is not great, but it's fine. We don't need Celebi for too long. So the plan is get through this dungeon. Hopefully Celebi doesn't die, and then everything will be okay. Really, Celebi's only useful move is Magical Leaf, so that's why we're just turning off everything else. There are certain situations where the nice eye drops.
Double.
Where the heal bell or recover could help out. in like some dire situations. Heal Bell is kind of nice because this dungeon is home to Smoochum. And the scary thing about Smoochum is it has Perish Song, which, already is kind of a scary move. But the fact that it is a entire floor-wide move, it does not matter where the Smoochum is, it can just use it and affect everything on the floor. It's pretty bad, so we'll have to make it through without too much trouble. We can get rid of these. Totter Seed is okay.
Where'd Smoochum go wrong from the previous episode? They were so nice then.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, there's one. Luckily, I didn't try to pair song. All right.
Thank goodness.
And it also has Forewarn too, which, could be a problem as well. Oh, I forgot that I didn't even have these on. Not that it really mattered too much. Let's put it on you. Full hold is super nice. We're just gonna grab that. Yeah, let's just continue on. I don't want to do it with Smoochum. So yeah, same thing that I was talking about with Drowsy applies. Forewarn is brutal. We can use a ton of moves and still not be able to hit this thing. I'm a little bit worried about how few max elixirs I have. It shouldn't matter too much, but this is probably the most max elixirs I've used in Grovile's episode. Oh wait, that's just a dead end. They're just gonna fight the Aerodactyl through the wall. Doesn't even stand a chance.
Yo.
Yeah, the AI is kind of smart, but not perfect.
Doing their best.
Doing their
That's
best,
for sure.
indeed. Don't really need the escape orb. Oof, this is a rough layout. This is one of those layouts where, like, I kind of have an idea of where the rooms are gonna be, but they're kind of random there to even just like show up. So yeah, just didn't get very good luck with the stairs that time. Oh, there's level 48.
Nice.
A little bit more stats before the end of this. All right, Vast Ice Mountain is only a 9-floor dungeon, so once we take out this Magna Zone, find the stairs, move on to the second part. Losing quick attack's unfortunate, but shouldn't matter too much. At this point, really just need to find these stairs. There we go. Alright, so we've reached the halfway point of the dungeon. All we gotta do is get through the peak. And then it's time for the final battle to end all final battles. We gotta stop Dialga. Fingers crossed we get some good stuff here. Alright. Okay, nice. Love to see it.
Hell yeah. That's good stuff.
Alright.
Hey,
Very
yo.
good. You know what? I will take that Oranberry. See if it bullet punches again. Nice. Don't like using Leaf Blade on the Aerodactyls, but don't have too much of a choice here. Oh, there it is. Okay, it missed all three of us. Yeah, luckily its accuracy is
Thank
not
goodness.
crazy, but yeah, we don't really want to see it if possible.
Best to avoid the situation entirely, honestly.
Exactly. The less we see of it, the better. Oh, that's such a nice find too.
Let's go.
Love to see it. Okay, losing absorbed is fine. Ooh, I don't know if I can actually take this thing out with Dig now. Oh, nice crit. Totter
Cool.
Seed is okay. Oh, that is a awkward dead end. Actually, you know, this either is a dead end or a very weird randomized room. Oh man, all my moves are just gone. Yeah, the thing that's unfortunate about here is a lot of the enemies have pressure. Also, wow, this was
sheesh.
kind of a weird floor. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no,
there was no other way to get there. Well, you know what? I think we're good. We don't need to be here anymore.
Yeah, we can just get out of here. I'm good.
I wanted that item, but you know what? It's no longer an item, so goodbye. All right. Dialga grows once more. But he's lost a lot of his strength, so maybe he is actually beatable right now. He's certainly not happy, though. Tries to Roar of Time us. But we gotta tank it. So, alright. Primal Dialga. This fight is either gonna look very silly or be absolutely brutal, and there is not really an in-between. Because it really depends on what Dialga does early on. So, Roar of Time is a move. Pretty scary move. And it hits everybody, and it hits hard. All we really want to see out of this fight is just as few Roar of Times as possible, and that's really all I can ask for. Great start. Okay. He could have just spammed it immediately, and there it is. Alright, please miss, please miss. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's 2 deaths.
Sheesh.
Yeah, there really is nothing I can do about that. We just had to hope that it was no Roar Times. If he does any other attack, it's okay. And it can't even be used anymore because of pressure. That's funny.
Let's go.
Alright, well. Oof, okay. Going into Bidoof with, I think, no Reviver Seeds.
Brutal.
It should be okay. Man, we don't even have a power band. This is going to be a really interesting Bidoof Swish. I'll probably save to be careful. Because the dungeon itself, I'm not too worried about. And we could still find items in there that would help us out. But it's going to be a lot scarier than most all special episodes runs. Because usually at this point, you got a couple revives, you've got a power band, and it's usually all right. But we don't have either of those. We've just got a lot of orange berries and totter seeds. So yeah, we'll fingers crossed that we can still make it through. And I've got something that I can do in the meantime anyways to make it a little bit better. Cindy already knows what I'm referring to. So yeah, we'll showcase that when we actually get there though. But we did it. We stopped Dialga. We've saved the future. Everything is starting to move forward. Dialga's gone. Dusknoir's already disappeared. And holding Celebi in his arms, they're both disappearing as well. And thus the future is changing, and the Pokemon that have, you know, come to exist because of it are now ceasing to exist. But suddenly they're back. And Dialga is also reverted from primal form. Just gained his senses again. Also, he's just screaming, by the way. All of his text is capitalized. He's just screaming at them.
I always love that.
We get to see the world change back to the way it was before.
It's beautiful. It really is screaming.
And this text box right here is the last meaningful input for this episode. So the way that scrolling text works in this game is you can just hold B and it'll auto scroll for you. Once you hit that text box, it will just auto scroll regardless of whether you're holding B or not. So that is actually last meaningful input for the episode, and that is where Grovile's episode ends.
Very nice. Thank you, Twitch and Prime.
We're still alive. Twitch, Prime, can you hear Grovile? Roll credits. And that is the second episode in our little series down.
Cool. 3 left to go in that case.
3 left to go, and they'll all be much shorter than this.
Just for as well too, for those who missed earlier, we're watching credits because that's how we keep our eye on like throughout the next episodes too.
Yes, if we reset now, we would not be able to keep our items, and as we've already seen, these episodes are pretty brutal. And the ones that are coming up they can be even worse than what we've seen so far. So we definitely want to keep those items going forward.
In the meantime, as well too, if y'all missed any of the previous episodes so far, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And of course, any other shows you missed earlier, like Parallel Universe happened before this. That's also another thing too. But yeah. Well, also, you want to give a quick shout out to yourself as well too during this little intermission here?
Sure. Well, I'm HomeIsDS. I'm a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon speedrunner, kind of content creator, mainly challenge runner right now. Every Sunday I do the series called Purity Forest Sunday, where I tackle the hardest dungeon in the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. And I'm trying to clear it with every Pokemon. There's 386 Pokemon in the game.
Ooh.
I am now over 200 Pokemon cleared after doing that series for nearly 5 years now. So
That's awesome.
yeah. Hopefully one day we'll be able to clear them all, but we've still got a lot of tough ones to go.
What's been the hardest one so far for you?
Well, the hardest one I've cleared is definitely Sunkern. That thing starts with no stats.
God, yeah.
But we've managed to do it through getting super lucky with items. But yeah, there are some even worse ones coming up. Like still got Magikarp, which we can't even learn like any moves from that. So some other ones like Ditto as well, which we've already seen how bad that one is. We're gonna go right into Bidoof Swish. Yeah, it's a fun time. Come check it out if you're interested in more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stuff. You get to see a lot of interesting mechanics from that we don't normally get to showcase in speedruns. And with that, we're on to Bidoof Swish. The first episode that you unlock, but the third episode in our all special episodes run.
Very quickly, is your channel name with a 0 or an O in it? I forgot.
On Twitch, it's with a 0.
Okay, there we go. Bam. Just had to make sure that we're fast.
Yep. And yeah, so Bidoof Swish is... it sure is an episode. There's a lot of speedrunning lore when it comes to this episode in particular over any of the others. And we've got a lot of time to explain it because from the time it takes to get out of the cutscenes and into the first dungeon is 12 minutes. If we don't go for items. So you can imagine trying to grind out a good run of this episode is kind of rough. If you have to reset super early on, you have to wait another 12 minutes.
Oh gosh, yeah. I didn't realize there's a 12-minute wait right here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this one's a while. We're probably gonna hit the next hour mark before we even get to the next dungeon.
Yeah, possibly.
But yeah, it gives us time to kind of explain a bit of what's going on here. Bidoof Swish is essentially how Bidoof comes to, become a part of the guild in a proper way. Like right now, he's just like a new recruit, similar to how we are in the main story. But he's not doing too well. He keeps making mistakes. He's eating all of the Go Master's food. And yeah, he's just generally not fitting in too well just yet. He really wants to be like a great explorer, but yeah, so far it's not going too well for him. But thanks to a fateful encounter, he's gonna start to go on a path to actually become a proper explorer like he wants to be.
It's a very inspiring story, honestly, of Bidoof here.
Yeah.
Both inside the actual main story itself, and especially here too.
Yeah, he gets like a decent amount of time to flesh out his character, both here and in the expedition section in the main story.
Yep. I think that was also a good time. If anyone has any questions for us in general, for whom, for me, for in general, overall, that was a good time for that, for sure, if you have anything to say.
Yeah. Curious about anything Pokemon Mystery Dungeon related. Or the other thing I didn't even mention was when I'm not doing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I'm usually playing new Pokemon Snap.
Oh, that's a good one. I love that game.
I am... I think I just got knocked out, but I was in the top 10 in the world for both of the total score leaderboards in that game. And so I've definitely put in a lot of time to do well here. So one thing we're going to do here is Marowak actually can give us a free Reviver Seed here because his dojo is down for now, which it kind of needs to be because it'd be strange if we can just grind Marowak dojo in the special episode. But
no kidding.
Yeah, for going over there, we get a free Reviver Seed, which is super nice right now, especially because we didn't have any. Sometimes a safety strat if you're doing the normal grind. But yeah, in general, the dungeons here are pretty short, so you usually wouldn't go for it. But yeah, so the other thing that's interesting with this episode is, this episode's kind of a meme, even amongst all of the special episodes, just because it's Bidoof. He's a silly boy. And, with a 12-minute cutscene at the start and not like a whole lot of dungeons, there's only so much you can do to actually grind this game. And yeah, feel free to ask questions as I'm going through it. But
I have a question for you.
Oh, dude? Yeah, go for it. What's up?
What's your top 3 Pokemon?
Top 3 Pokemon? Well, Turtwig and Emolga are definitely in my top 2, which probably pretty obvious. I use them a lot in general. Third, probably Charjabug. I like Charjabug.
Charjabug. Ooh, that's a good one.
I love a little accordion boy.
Yeah. Not what I expected, but I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, he's not thought about too often, but I enjoy him.
For me, it's I thought about this a lot in the past. It's still very much how it is. Number 1, Weasel. Number 2, Frogger. Number 3, Greninja.
Nice.
I main Greninja in Smash, so like, yeah.
You know what? Fair enough. Smash is always funny for me because, like, I don't really play any Zelda games, but the only character I end up using is Toon Link.
Yo! Oh my god, that's the other character I play as well. Let's go.
It's just like the playstyle that like flows the best for me. I feel like I have
It's nice because
yeah,
he moves really fast and like can combo very well and also can kill very well too. Like he's so good.
yeah. I'm just not very good at comboing, but yeah.
It's tricky. He's so fun though. Ah. I play Smash competitively as well, and I just got ranked in my state here, so like I'm very happy about that here. Actually.
Oh my god, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've never played Smash to any sort of competitive capacity. I just played it with my friends back in Brawl, and then when Ultimate came out, I played it a bit.
I'm very deep in the Smash trenches. I'll say that much.
That is fair. It's very fair.
I've been playing competitive since like late 2015, essentially.
Oof, almost a decade.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Don't say that out loud. Thank you. Just very fun, honestly. Just it just feels good to be good at it, I guess. I don't know.
You know what?
Or it's confident, if anything. Yeah, it's just like a speedrun, really.
Exactly.
Feels good to know how to do things well, I guess.
Yeah. It's very cool. I've made the unfortunate decision of being, or trying to be good at things that are very randomness dependent. Just the nature of Pokemon speedrunning in general.
Honestly, these sort of like runs they have a different skill set entirely from just your typical like speedrun, I feel like.
Yeah, it's
because like
fully.
You have a lot.
Like yeah, it's. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. You have a lot more knowledge in general and know how to like make things really fast rather than just straight up like doing the routes like as per usual, you know?
Yeah, it's all about adaptability. You gotta just play with what you get, and even when everything goes wrong, you gotta still figure out how to get through it if you're trying to do like a no reset.
Mm-hmm. It's super cool, honestly. I love runs like this.
It's always different, no matter what run you end up seeing.
Mm-hmm. Always a good time. Can be stressful, I imagine, but I imagine it's worth it.
Yeah, it's crazy stressful if you're trying to get improvement. Like if you're just worried about finishing runs, it's usually not too bad because it's other than like certain situations, you can usually recover. But yeah, if you want to go fast, that's a whole other thing because then you need to really rely on the dungeons just being nice enough to give you quick stairs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or like stuff like status moves just not coming out, I guess, like like Sandstorm and all that.
Exactly.
That probably doesn't help a lot.
Yeah. A lot of those times there's not much you can do about it. You just gotta hope that they don't show up.
A question from chat as well too. Are there any episode exclusive items they want to save for like later on this run?
So there's no items that are exclusive to the episodes. There are items that are great that I would like to, grab and use going forward. I was mainly talking about the power band. If I had been able to keep the one that I found in Igglybuff, that would have been super nice. Because that would be helpful here, and like honestly, just every episode, a power band is just really nice. But unfortunately, we don't have one. If we can find one at some point, it'd be great. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Other than that, I mean, the normal things like Reviver Seeds, Oranberries, any sort of foe hold or petrify orbs to stun enemies. And then just like general seeds, because those can be nice.
Absolutely. Even just casually, especially.
Yep.
That's what I just want to see.
For sure. Yeah, whether casual or speedrunning, those items are just great. Super versatile and very fast to use. Also, I think Cindy wants me to talk about the sequence breaking, which I cannot explain too well in depth because this is something that happened while I was kind of on hiatus, but yeah, this episode does one other thing in speedrunning, which is it actually allows for the... I was going to say only sequence break. It's technically not, because there are other sequence breaks in this game, but in the entire series, this is really the only game that has sequence breaks. And this episode causes in post-game, like, there's a whole bunch of dungeons you have to do in, like, a certain order, because they only unlock after certain things happen. Once you get past the Blizzard Island section, you unlock the secret rank, which allows you to start getting challenge letters. If you clear Bidoof's Wish, you can get a Jirachi challenge letter, which normally shows up in Star Cave, which you would unlock in the main game and be able to go there, take them out. If you use a Wondermill code to generate a challenge letter that's not inside Star Cave, you can actually unlock that dungeon and skip all of the progress that you would have needed to get that dungeon unlocked beforehand, which means you essentially just go from the Blizzard Island section straight to Dark Crater and the end of the post-game. Oh wait, I don't need to go here. I want to go here.
That is wild.
It is kind of insane. It's weird to see sometimes, but yeah, it allows you to really break things.
Gosh, so many tar seeds.
Yeah. Don't have a whole lot of stuff, so I am definitely nervous about this, but we at least got the extra Reviver Seed. Hopefully we find some more Reviver Seeds in the dungeon. Play it somewhat safe here. I'm definitely gonna take... Oh, you know what? Ooh, I can't even really... I was going to save before the boss, but the thing that's kind of weird with this episode is you don't really get save points. Like, there is one, but it's really early. But alright, so, now we're actually at the dungeons. We made it through the 12 minutes of cutscenes. And, yeah, for this episode, we have Snover as our partner. Snover does fine on his own. His main issue is really just that he causes weather to show up, which Bidoof is not really immune to the snow or the hail, so we're unfortunately going to be taking a lot of damage here just from that alone, so we're most likely going to need to use some Oran Berries to keep ourselves alive. It makes this episode kind of frustrating to get through, because we have to deal with all of these weather conditions here. And it's going to just happen every floor. Nothing we can do about it. We just want to get through this as quick as possible, so we don't have to deal with the hail animations for too long. The one nice thing is at least all of the other enemies are taking damage from it too, so when we come across enemies, they should be within kill range by the time we see them. Like that. Bonsly would normally not just immediately die there, but because it was taking a bunch of damage from hail, we were able to just take it down in one shot. But yeah, it also makes movement pretty tough too. I'm not too worried about Snover. Should be able to beat anything that causes him trouble. Alright, there we go. Honestly, I
Nice.
kind of like that Star Cave. We had some bad floors, but a lot of them were pretty quick. We didn't even have to use an ordinary. Alright. So, time for Deep Star Cave. With this place, you'll actually notice that we don't have a weather condition. Also, I'm glad I got a chesto berry, because I forgot to pick that up from storage. And the reason for that is because Psyduck can actually spawn on these floors, and Psyduck has Cloud 9. So as long as the Psyduck is on the floor, we won't actually have to deal with the hail animations. So we want Psyduck to spawn on every floor, ideally. And we don't want to take out the Psyduck, because if we do, then the hail comes back. So we got to actually showcase that there. Not the end of the world, just got to get through it. Sadly, no Psyduck spawn, so we just get the hail immediately. If one does spawn at any point, it will remove the hail. Please.
Oh, please. Double totter again. Sheesh.
Let's see. I should probably give this. Let's swap that out. It should be fine. Yeah, I was really hoping for a revive there. That would have been really, really nice. Those are some decent items, but with the inventory setup I have, I ended up taking a lot more just because I didn't have reviver seeds, so I didn't have much space for anything else. But alright, well, we made it to the end of the cave, but unfortunately we've been ambushed. Because as it turns out, there's no Jirachi here, and it's just a dead end. And unfortunately, Snover is actually the leader of this gang of Pokemon here, and they're about to steal all of Bidoof's money. So we get betrayed by the Pokemon we just had an adventure with. Also, I just realized we're quite past the 2-hour mark, so what we can do is we'll get through this fight, and then we can do a pause.
I was thinking the same thing too, yeah. That sounds good.
I forgot that we probably could have paused during the cutscenes.
It's fine. We went past like a little bit past 1 hour before. It's no big deal.
That's true. All right, so this fight is incredibly hard as just a Bidoof. These guys are really annoying, so we can only do one thing, and that's give up.
Oh!
So, the reason why we go up there, it's really fast, and giving up in this fight in particular doesn't lose us any items. So it's actually just optimal to give up there. If we actually try to take the fight, we can lose Reviver Seeds, we can use up a bunch of different like random items, and we don't want to do that, so...
Smiles go for miles. Let's go.
Smiles. But yeah, so now what was a 1v3 has just turned into a 10v3. I hope...
Maybe a 12v3 if Doug Trio.
Yeah, true. Alright, but yeah, now it's time for the entire guild to attack. And since they're here, we don't really need to do anything. So we're just gonna run away. So we don't want to.
Understandable.
Earth Power, that's a nice move. That will just hit only the enemy Pokemon. So they're getting taken out. And there we go. Super fast fight. Nice.
Woo.
That's exactly what I like to see. There are some pretty bad situations that can show up there. Diglett's, you know, as we saw back in Igglybuff, have magnitude. Still has it here. Can still, you know, deal devastating damage. We could have lost Reviver Seed to that. It would hit everybody, so it is pretty slow. The other move that could show up is Chimecho has two pretty annoying moves in Uproar and Healing Wish. Uproar is just kind of slow because it gives a status to to every Pokemon. Healing Wish, though, not only does like a long, well, not only affects every Pokemon, but it does a long animation every time. And it is brutal to watch through, because you just have to wait for the healing animation to play out on every Pokemon. And it doesn't do anything. It really is just there to slow you down. But yeah, I think once we... Actually, I'm trying to think. I guess we can pause it when I get into the dungeon here. So what's going to happen is Wigglytuff is scoping this out and is going to realize that, hey, this wall seems very breakable. What if I just...
Oh gosh, yeah. I forgot about
Utah.
Kabam.
And suddenly there's more cave.
Cool.
So, yeah, I think it's... the intention is that this wall was actually, like, fake, and there was, like, an entire cave system behind it. My headcanon is that there was actually no cave behind this, and Wigglytuff just smashed an entire tunnel all the way to the actual part of Star Cave Depths.
I think that's honestly pretty accurate. That sounds about right.
But, yeah. So Wigglytuff is allowing Bidoof to go and make their wish. And, yeah, Bidoof just goes off alone into the depths of Star Cave.
You got this, little guy.
And yeah, now they're praising Wigglytuff because they're like, you know, you could have gone and wished for all the perfect apples you could ever want, but you sacrificed that to let Bidoof, you know, grow as an explorer. Wigglytuff then realizing that is like, all right, I'm going. Just, oops. Okay, and then after this section, we'll get into the dungeon, and we can pause right there.
Sounds good. Also remembering to Loudred's ram capital letters whenever he speaks. I think it's very funny.
We can pause there. And also, I see the
Sounds good.
stairs.
Sounds good.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
But yeah, we'll be back just a little bit, everybody. We got to run some ads, you know, keep the lights on, all that stuff. So stick around, go get something to eat if you want to avoid some ads, you know, get some water, use the restroom, do what you got to do, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. And honestly, I'm excited to see what we got, what's happening now with this dungeon here. So let's get back into it immediately if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready. So
Let's do it.
yeah, I'll do a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1, resume. All right, well,
The stairs were there after all.
yep, didn't have to worry too much about that floor. Also, not this one either. Nice.
Perfect.
That I need to worry about a little bit more. Not the thing I wanted to see. Luckily, we did come prepared for this, so would have been very bad if I didn't have Petrify Orb ready there.
They just stay petrified like forever, right?
Forever, yep.
Nice.
So
That's what I thought. I just need a refresher, I guess.
yeah, they can be broken out of it if they get hit by anything. So as long as you don't attack them, they'll stay petrified. They wouldn't be as useful on the floors with Snover though, because hail would technically count as a hit, so they would get broken out by that. Okay, so Jirachi. So this fight is hard without items. It's pretty much impossible if you have 0 items here. But, you know, normally as you go through Star Cave, you get enough to be able to beat him. We have at least a decent set. Not the greatest, but it'll work. So we're gonna throw that Oranberry to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. And now we're just basically just gonna spam attacks and just try to keep ourselves alive as best as possible. I want to save this Reviver Seed if I can, but if like something really bad happens, we've at least got it ready. And that is why I threw the Chesto Berry, is because Jirachi can just randomly use Rest, which not great, you know? Him being able to fully recover his HP after I've dealt a bunch of damage to him, not fun. But yeah, while Jirachi is confused, he's just kind of randomly moving around, so I kind of have to follow him wherever he goes. And there we go. Luckily, nothing too bad happened there.
Very nice.
And yeah, one of the most difficult boss fights in general is completed like that, even without having like the power band or a bunch of reviver seeds too. Told you those totter seeds would come in handy.
Absolutely. There's a reason why I have so many of them, after all.
Yep. Wanted as many as I could for this. But okay, so what's happening here is Bidoof is like, you know, I want to be the best explorer, and I've came all this way to go for a wish, but being the best explorer is something where, you know, you need to build up experiences and you get it through hard work. So decides not to wish for it, but then realizes it'd be a waste to come all the way here and not, you know, get a wish, right? So Bidoof decides, I wish for a pal. I wish for a friend who I can, you know, work with at the guild, you know, have fun with, and, you know, bring him up, and, you know, they can work together to become good explorers. And, you know, sometime later, our team shows up.
Good old Twitch and Prime.
Twitch and Prime, Bidoof's best friends. There are two of them. He's gonna work hard and train every day. And that is Bidoof's wish. It was granted. And the meme that we have with it is Bidoof's wish is the whole reason that this game exists, because Bidoof wished for a friend and brought about the world's paralysis and a human turning into a Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Good for Bidoof, honestly. It was a very fulfilling wish.
Mm-hmm. Certainly got an adventure out of it.
Now chat's wish for stuff as well, too. Wish for $1 million Pokédollars, wishing for 1 million Joy Seeds.
Also, I just need reviver seeds. I wish I had more.
I agree, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. So now that we're done with Bidoof's wish, the next episode is probably the one I have been dreading more than anything else.
Oh, no.
It is, it's an episode with a team that you don't actually see during the main story. They do make an appearance in post-game, if you get that far. But it is a brutal episode. The team itself isn't that bad, but the dungeons are just not good. I've been making like a couple of saves throughout the run. This might be a time where I actually use a save. I'm gonna save like right at the beginning of this, and if the dungeon is bad, I might just like quick reset for it.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, this is the episode that I was grinding the most. So if you had seen my streams prior to this, you probably saw this episode a lot. You probably saw the first dungeon a lot. So hopefully you guys aren't too tired of it. But
I believe we're gonna nail us all, no problem, no issues at all.
Hopefully so.
Calling it right now.
All right, here comes Team Charm. It's time for Groveler to once again go to the ruins and find some treasure.
Also, that's in chat earlier, but I'll say it out loud too. Episodes are done out of order because we need like route items between them, and that's why I watch the credits as well too. So items stay between episodes.
Exactly, yeah. We're doing them in a particular order to save items for the tougher episodes like this one. And even though we don't have too many items with us right now, it's still enough to be able to make this episode a lot more bearable. So yeah, we're gonna try and take advantage of that as much as we can.
Hope we might be saying that like after like every episode or so.
Yep. And yeah, although funny enough, this is episode 4, and we're doing this 4th in order. So.
Oh, you're so right. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, kind of funny how that worked out.
Yeah. So in that case, we're in episode 3 then. Interesting.
Yes, the run ends with episode 3, and if you've done today's Oh My Gosh, you probably know why. It's a brutal one, and we're saving a lot of our like petrify and full hole orbs for that episode. Unless, we find monster houses, which could very much happen. But okay. So yeah, Graveler, just got buried because Team Charm decided to do a little trolling. Just pretended they were statues in the treasure room and then just took the treasure while Graveler was like hyped about discovering it and then, buried him. But yeah, so this is Team Charm. They're an exploration team whose like primary goal is just to find treasure. They're pretty strong, and this is their adventures before we see them in the main story. But first things first, we're gonna need some stuff. So let's grab this.
We need like grabby food actually. Yeah, those plain seeds. Need those for sure.
Grab these. I think that's good. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, actually, that's not too bad. Okay, so, Southern Jungle. So this place is 10 floors, and there are some really annoying enemies in here, as we're already seeing one of them. Really, our goal is just to get out of this place as fast as possible. Once we're out of at least this dungeon, it'll help a lot. But yeah, just very, very scary place. We don't want to be here for longer than we have to. The way that we need to do this is we actually do need to fight quite a few enemies. We're gonna Oranberry you, because I don't want you to die. Because we need to actually get level ups in this episode specifically. Like the other episodes, it didn't matter too much, but this one, we do need them. Let's see. Yeah, this should be okay. So when we level up, Medicham at the next level gets a move called High Jump Kick, which is a very strong move, and actually really the only way that you can beat the main boss fight of this area. Yes. Also nice. That is really helpful right now.
Thank goodness.
Oof,
we can relax just a little bit.
I'm stuck here until the wrap ends. In Rescue Team, the Survivors would actually shed off their own wrap, so you never really had to worry about it lasting for too long, but they kind of fixed that now. So, okay, we're gonna play it a little safe here. I think I have to switch with Medicham. Okay, there we go.
Nice, nice.
I have to play this a bit careful because it's in the sandstorm, so I'm just gonna take a lot of damage.
Also, Sydney's wanting to explain the move situation in this episode too.
Which thing?
The move situation.
Oh, yeah, I didn't talk about it too much. I only mentioned it briefly, but as I was looking through the moves, I was looking for certain things, which unfortunately the Lopunny moveset's actually the worst. because we didn't get either quick attack or jump kick. But yeah, the moves here are random. So there are certain moves like Pound, Confusion, and Force Palm, which are guaranteed to show up. And I think like a couple others that are like aren't really used. But yeah, the other moves are just random. So ideally, we would have like really solid move sets that we could use for a lot of situations. Unfortunately, I dropped Seed. But yeah, it's just random. Sometimes you would want to reset for better ones, but it's not necessary to get through the episode as long as we get high jump kick in a reasonable fashion. Which, with the way we're playing, might not happen, because what you normally would want to do in this episode is, especially for like this sort of setting, is we would have like a ton of reviver seeds already by this point, and we could go all out and keep all of our party like away from each other, so they can kill more enemies more efficiently. Because we didn't have reviver seeds, we played it a little safer there, because doing that strategy is super risky. You can't really defend your allies at that point. You kind of just need to hope that they play smart, and usually they don't. So it does mean we're going to be a little bit under-leveled, or like lower on EXP. We're going to need to make that up in the next 2 dungeons before we encounter the crazy boss fight that's coming up. But yeah, look who's
yeah,
there.
definitely see. It's Wiggly tough. Yeah,
Wiggly tough. He fell over.
Yeah, after hearing all that, like, definitely see why Chad was saying earlier is kind of struggling with this one, because like it definitely sounds like a whole other beast compared to the other episodes so far, at least.
Yeah, that first dungeon is absolutely brutal if you're going for the level grind, because there's just a lot of like really difficult to deal with enemies in that place. When you're going with a team, like with the entire team, it's okay because you can kind of switch around in case somebody gets low. So I can play it a lot safer. But when you're going for the EXP, yeah, everybody's kind of away and you have to keep track of health from a distance. But yeah, I do have the resources now to be able to do it in the next 2 dungeons. Hopefully we don't lose any revives, but at least we can get a save point right here. So I'm definitely going to do that. I don't want to do Southern Jungle again.
Understandable.
That place is crazy. And luckily that's the longest dungeon in this run too, at least in Team Charm, because all the dungeons going forward will only be 5 floors. Now, are they brutal floors? Sometimes. But at least it's only 5. So yeah, Team Charm trying to show off. Right now there's a bunch of Pokemon gathered outside because they've been trying to find the secret treasure of this place, but anytime they seem to get further into the dungeon, they end up looping back and going back to where they came from. So they were trying to figure out how to proceed, see if they could figure out any sort of trick to the dungeon. But before they could figure out anything, these guys came, Team AWD, aka all-wheel drive.
Wonder what that could stand for.
I wonder.
It's all-wheel drive, you just said it.
Exactly. Apparently Team Mad in Japanese, if I remember correctly.
I assume that coordinates with their actual names then, in Japanese.
Yeah.
Nice.
They Angie.
Big Ang. I remember calling them just Team Odd normally.
They are kind of a scary team. But luckily we don't have to fight them right now. So. But they're definitely wary of us. They're not happy that we've pushed back against them.
Well, I guess we just have to deal with that then.
Yep. We got revives, they don't.
Exactly, exactly. I'm calling you right now. You're gonna get 3 reviver seeds in this first floor right here.
That would be a huge relief, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. Team, aw, dang it.
Alright, let's make that quick save. And let's go into Boulder Quarry. Alright, so, like I was kind of alluding to, we're gonna change the tactics here, so our Pokemon are gonna move around a little bit more. Oh, not Gardevoir. Gardevoir is actually better to just stay in place, because it has a tougher time defeating enemies. Medicham, however, is very strong, so they should be okay on their own unless they just take really bad movement into engagements. If it gets the first hit, it'll usually be able to take it out. Lairon is an unfortunate one to see here. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight it. Actually, you know what? You're here. You fight it. There we go. But yeah, if we had Jump Kick, we could actually fight those Lairon. But with just Pound, it's a lot harder to do so. Oh, that's a dead end. All right. All right, we'll play its... Actually, you know what? You both need healing. What the heck? All right, Gardevoir should be able to beat that. Ooh. The Protect was a little scary, but made it through. Actually finding quite a few Luminous Orbs. Maybe I'll need to use them.
If they wouldn't hurt, if anything. That's for my Pokemon type in chats. Water type for sure. My 3 favorite Pokemon are water type.
Makes sense.
What's your Pokemon type?
I usually like saying Ice. I feel like Ice is the type I like the most.
That's a good one.
Oh, we've been put to sleep. Please be revived.
A lot of fun. Come on, Reviver Seed. Come on. The suspense.
It is. Let's go.
It was worth it. Nice.
All right, we're starting to get to the moment of truth, whether we are going to have enough experience to level up here. This is going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Nice. Oh, just see by Medicham.
If only it would go for it, but it probably won't. Oh, wow, that was actually really close because it ran out of moves, too. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. All right. So.
Yeah, I think it was going left there.
This is the other possibility for the hardest fight in at least the special episodes, maybe even any PMD game.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This fight is insane. It's gotten a lot better thanks to some new high jump kick strategies that have been found. But yeah, even still, it is a horrifying fight. Like, luckily, we've got a bunch of Reviver Seeds, but...
I remember this one now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We gotta fight 6
You're so
Lairon
right.
and an Aggron. And they're brutal. Like, we don't even have Jump Kick, so Lopunny can't do anything here. Gardevoir can't do anything here. So it is all up to Medicham. And luckily, High Jump Kick is able to one-shot the Lairon. If it hits. but unfortunately, it's not guaranteed to hit. And if it misses, we take a lot of damage. So, yeah, fingers crossed that we can just get through it. I'm gonna go on Let's Go Together. I forgot to turn off the move. It shouldn't be the end of the world, but it is gonna be a little scary. So we're gonna need to do this. Gardevoir, we just need to get running. And then at this point, we just start fighting.
Come on, Medicham, I believe.
Ooh, Gardevoir is getting low. We're just gonna heal you up. All right, Medicham should be able to take out that. Oh my, okay, well, we're gonna just use another Oranberry. Fine, as long as no deaths, it's fine.
Sheesh.
Okay, let's put back Psychic so you can actually start doing stuff. Really wish you attacked the Aggron, but it's fine. We're still alive. There we go. Okay. No Reviver Seeds lost. But yeah, kind of a slow fight because I forgot to turn off Psychic. The plan there was to have Gardevoir move with me up to the top left. Medicham takes care of all the Lairon, and then Gardevoir and I take care of the Aggron. It makes the fight a lot better, but yeah, as you can see, forgetting to turn off Psychic kind of messed up the fight. So we had to play around it as best we could, which luckily no Reviver Seed losses, so we take it. But yeah,
I was clenching the whole time. That is such a scary fight.
it is a rough one. But yeah, high jump kick makes it a lot better. And if we had leveled up a little bit more, we could have gotten agility on Lopunny. Let's do this. Powder Seed was hoping to be another revive, but oh well. But yeah, at this point, now we just want to rush through. We don't really need to fight things. So we'll just leave these two to kind of defend each other. While we rush and find the stairs. Ooh, yeah, that was worth it.
Worth it. Let's go.
There's level 34 on Gardevoir, which means Lopunny is going to level up very soon. There it is. And yeah, we get to have agility here. A very, very, very good move. It can actually make the Aggron fight pretty much free. Not like fully, but it's super, super helpful because it essentially just allows Medicham to get a bunch of free turns. And that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, why did I even have a Petra Scarf on? I didn't even realize that. Unfortunately, Lopunny has the ability Klutz, which means it just can't hold items, or like the effects of items that it holds just don't work. So any sort of held item that we get for Lopunny just doesn't matter. Power Band would have been nice still for Medicham, but yeah, even if we had two, we wouldn't be able to use it on Lopunny. Another special band. Unfortunately, we only need one, because Gardevoir is really the only thing in the special episodes that uses a special move, other than Grovyle a bit with Absorb, but that's more for safety than an actual, like the usual strat. Power bands are definitely the more important one, but we're already so far into the episodes that it should be fine. Well, I hope that wasn't it.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
We will pretend that it was not. I'm sure it wasn't.
Absolutely. We'll just say it was a, I don't know, person band or something.
Yep.
Wherever the worst band is.
At this point, it'd be the stamina band, because hunger doesn't matter too much for us.
That's true. It was just a stamina band, no big deal.
Persim has some niche uses, just because confusion, was a problem in some of these dungeons.
Most definitely.
But yeah, now that we're here, we've gone through the left path, we've gone through the right path, but we just keep ending up back where we came from. So something seems to be going on here. The Pokemon that were at the entrance were correct that this doesn't really make much sense. Oh, but look who's here to come to the rescue. It's Wigglytuff, the famous explorer.
Perfect apple. Friendly friends.
So Wigglytuff's just kind of wandering around, just kind of enjoying life.
As per usual, honestly.
They start to try to plead with Wigglytuff to help them figure out how to get through this place, but then Wigglytuff just kind of starts dancing with his apple, and they're like, "Okay, sure."
Which, to be fair, is very adorable.
Yep. Uh-oh. The apple, no!
No.
What's this? Where did Wigglytuff go? As it turns out, the answer was directly in the middle the entire time. Sadly, they don't feel like trying it until Wigglytuff goes through it. It'd be cool if we could just skip the left and right path and just go straight through. But, oh well.
Oh, yeah.
But alright, so, time for Limestone Cave. This place has some really, really bad layouts, so hopefully we can just find the stairs like that. Perfect. But yeah, this is probably going to be the place where I start using these luminous orbs. Oh my god, yeah, look at that. that is a messy layout. Even with a luminous orb, that's still brutal. There we go. Okay. Ooh. This looks like a rough floor, but it's not a, random-ish one. Like, the floors... Okay, cool. Yeah, the floors are in a bit more particular spots, so figured it wouldn't be too necessary to do that. Oh... That might be bad. Alright, we're gonna do that. There we go.
Nice.
Oh wait, let's go together. Wait there. Okay. Yeah, that scared me for a second. But luckily, no problems. Okay, we're gonna do kind of an interesting strat here. Agility plus baton pass is pretty cool. We can just bypass enemies.
Oh! No kidding.
Figured might as well. Oh boy. Alright, well, at least I know where the stairs are. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, and the next part could be potentially even worse with the layout, so luckily we've got a good couple luminous orbs, so we'll try and get through these floors best we can. Or just get lucky with stairs. That would also be great. Like that, perfect.
Cool.
Okay, we're gonna agility. Just try and get out of there. Oh, cool. I was about to use a luminous orb there too, so glad I didn't need to. Oh, that is a 4. Oh my god, another luminous orb.
Hey, another one.
This has definitely been my best luck with luminous orbs in all of my compared to all my practices. So I will gladly take it.
Oh. Ow.
You know what? There's a couple enemies here, but we got petrify orbs, so let's just use that and continue on. Okay. Honestly, really happy with how the limestone went. Those floors can be awful, but, you know, having luminous orbs definitely helps.
Especially has got like 3 of them there, I think. You got a lot.
Yeah, dang, maybe I should have started with this episode. Why is this the one that's actually going okay? Would not have expected it. Like, we did have items going into it, which helped a lot. Like, having all those orange berries was honestly what helped save us through the early areas. But yeah, even still, We came in with like a single revive, and we're coming out with, well, we're going into this fight with like 4 or 5.
Also, gotta say it too. Big fan of Medicham's like shocked expression every single time. It's very funny.
Medicham is very surprised. All right, so yeah, this fight's scary. If we can get through the Weavile, it should be okay. Okay, that helps out a lot. So now all we need to do is agility. As long as we take out the Weavile, we should be good. There we go. Good stuff.
Nice.
Now we just eat this. Because who needs to see? There we go.
Oh, okay.
So the reason we do that is to skip some animations, because you kind of saw how long some of these moves take. The only reason I don't do it immediately there is because Weavile is pretty scary, and if we don't kill it quickly, it can mess up the like where the other Pokemon move, and we could get into a situation where like Gardevoir is fighting them on their own, or like Medicham is just fighting them on their own, when we want all 3 of them to be attacking at the same time. But yeah, that is the final boss fight for Team Charm.
I'm definitely glad that went well. It sounds like you were dreading that the whole time.
Yep, for sure.
You'd love to see it.
Finally caught a break. And yeah, so it turns out that the treasure that we were searching for here was just a Ditto.
Oh.
Ditto.
It's a smiles in chat for Ditto.
Yep. But yeah, it turns out that Ditto was actually showing up the entire time. It was not only the treasure chest, but it was also the Blossom at the beginning of the episode that was trying to warn us about the treasure maybe not even existing. Look at that, just stone face Blossom.
It's a great sprite.
And then also the Sentret that was pleading with us about Team AWD being bad. It's also just a Ditto.
Honestly, the Sentry had me fooled for sure. Blossom, though, definitely Ditto.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with the Sentret.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Ditto, it turns out, was actually guarding something very, very important to the Mystery Dungeon world. The Time Gear.
Oh, incredibly important.
Yep. The one treasure that these treasure hunters are not allowed to take. Ditto was nice enough to show him it.
If anyone has not played this game before or wants to know why time years is so important, you should play the game.
True.
That's what I say.
Yeah, they're a bit hard to explain without knowing more of the story. But yeah, they're very important, and they're very rare. They help protect the world.
This game, and also this game itself is important too. That's why you should also play it. It's a very important game.
Yep. That's great, everyone. Literally tough just being
He's
like the parent.
Just like, good for you. Wigglytuff's so great.
But yeah, they seem to enjoy Wigglytuff now. So Team Charm tries to invite Wigglytuff here. Do a little bribe with a perfect apple.
Ooh, tempting.
And that's time for the episode. So that was last meaningful input. So from here, it just kind of auto scrolls. So yeah, that would be the end of Team Charm. It is 4 episodes down, 1 to go. 3, 2, 1, go! And they all bounce away. Yay, go, go! Yumta. And that's it.
Very, very cool.
Yeah,
What is the final episode now?
So, yeah, we've got 1 episode left. It is the shortest one. It is today's Oh My Gosh, starring Sunflora.
Oh yeah, that's who says that. I was trying to think of who said that the whole time.
Yeah, it is, it's an interesting one. Without items, the chance of actually clearing it is probably like 1 in 50, if even that. It's pretty bad. Sunflora is not matched up well in the dungeons that we're about to go up against, which is why we've been saving so many items for this. Like, we've got tons of orbs ready. We've got tons of Reviver Seeds thanks to Team Charm, which is going to be really nice. Would have been nice for a power band, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, we just want to avoid dealing with as many enemies in here as possible. But yeah, we'll get into more of that when we start up the episode.
I guess it's my last 2 announcements while we're here, then while we're just waiting for credits.
Sounds good.
Yep. So yeah, if y'all want to see more GDQ Hotfix content in the future, then want me notified whenever we go live as well too. Join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role there and keep tabs on upcoming events, talk to staff, and more. Use !Smart Discord and Twitch chat for more info. And also, if you want to just know more about Hotfix in general, be sure to go to GameSoQuick.com/Hotfix for more info on our weekly shows and weekend specials. There's one coming tomorrow as well too, so stick around for that. If I recall correctly, let me actually see real fast. It is. Hold on, I'm trying to find the right chats. There we go. All right. It is a Fable speedrunning special tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST. So yeah, shouts to Fable.
All right, credits are done. It's time for the final episode. Today's Oh My Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, as I was saying a little earlier, this is definitely the shortest of the episodes. We'll be able to get to the dungeons pretty quick, and there's not many floors that we have to actually get through. In total, we only have 16 floors actually in this entire episode, but it makes up for that in having quite a few boss battles. But yeah, the story of this episode is Sunflora is, really good explorer. Probably one of the highest ranked in the guild behind Shadow and Wigglytuff. Getting close to graduating. So Sunflora is taking some much more difficult jobs at this point, and yeah, that's kind of where this story comes in, is one of Sunflora's toughest jobs, all while right now there's a feud going on between Sunflora and Loudred, because Loudred's not really listening to what Sunflora has to say, so they're not really cooperating well when they're in a team together. So right now they're going separately. And yeah, for a bit of context, we are going to be doing all 16 of those floors that I mentioned as just solo Sunflora. We don't get a partner for this episode.
Yeah, I see why he wants so many items for this one then.
Yep.
I definitely see why now.
Yeah, and the enemies that
That sounds brutal.
it's rough. And the enemies that we encounter are not the easiest for Sunflora to deal with. This is also an episode where our moveset is random. We are guaranteed to get Razor Leaf, which is our primary move regardless, so that's fine. We can potentially get Bullet Seed, which is pretty cool, if the moves hit. Like, technically, Bullet Seed would be optimal if it was just constantly hitting, but of course, you know, being less than a 50% chance to hit doesn't work out too well a lot of the time. Unless you're enemies, of course. Then it'll hit every time and, you know, take you out.
Every single time. I swear.
Always. Just how it be.
Whenever something's like a 50% chance for it to hit for the player, it's always 100% for the CPU. Every single time. It's like how many times I've gotten one that killed in like Pokemon, for instance, with like Horn Drill just randomly coming out.
Ooh.
Never hits for me, always hits for the opponent.
Yeah, luckily don't have to worry about it too much here. So let's grab a bunch of these. We got 5 Reviver Seeds, super nice.
Whew. Love it.
And then let's grab all of these. We got a lot of them. Still got a Luminous left. We'll take this just to be safe, and that. All right, we've got our item set ready to go. Let's enter Spring Cave. All right, so our mission here is we've got to take down the Invincible Haunter. Doesn't matter how many times you beat him up, he always comes back with full HP. It's like he has infinite Reviver Seeds or something. Ooh, nice start. Love that.
Alright.
Alright, okay, so we didn't get Bullet Seed, which is okay. Razor Leaf is the main thing we need, and we're guaranteed to get that, so. Oh, my white turn.
Goodbye, Stumble.
Alright, first floor 4 is pretty good. Those would honestly be floors that I'd grind for in a run. Alright, so it's time to fight Haunter. We've got to deal with Haunter a couple times here. Just keep, you know, fighting him, because he is invincible. But he's still at least beatable in these little instances here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put him to sleep, start spamming moves. Whenever he wakes up, just put him back to sleep. He's actually pretty low. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
He's one hit away. I figured I'll just go for it, and luckily it worked out. And oh my gosh, we just beat the Invincible Haunter. That was easy. Episode done.
Not so invincible now.
He's back. Back to full HP. Really is invincible. Except we beat him up, so how's that possible? It would have been really funny if it just turned out he had like a full inventory of Reviver Seeds.
That'd be hilarious.
And there he goes.
Goodbye, Haunter.
Sunflora's not deterred though. We continue onward. Chase him down. Why is he invincible? Alright, on to the next dungeon. Which, I mean, it's just the same dungeon, but the next part.
Goodbye, Kecleon. Not in this run.
Yeah, not really. We don't really have money anyways, but yeah. It's not really worth going. I guess that works, because I wanted to go that way anyways.
Yeah.
Where the heck are the rooms? An oranberry that could have been worse. That could have been much, much worse. You know what? It's this layout. I was gonna use... You know what? We're gonna petrify these guys. Oh wait, no, this... Okay, I got lucky with that. It was not the layout I was expecting, but luckily we found the stairs without too much trouble. And we caught up to Haunter. This time, we're gonna win.
I believe.
Okay, I still need 2 more attacks, so we'll put him back to sleep. Ooh, I low-rolled a bunch. Took 3. But, still asleep. And he's back again. Those reviver seeds are too OP.
I can't believe it.
It's just invincible. What are we supposed to do?
Just too dang good. Skill issue, quite frankly.
And somehow Haunter had time to hire these Slugma to help him out. And now we get to see what real-time Pokemon Mystery Dungeon actions would look like.
Yo, for real.
Gotta actually juke the moves. But yeah, Loudred comes out of nowhere. Just help him out.
I still love the Ram capital letters and every time Loudred's speech every single time. It's so funny.
Chedon asked you.
When I was reading this game like 2 years ago, like every time I said Loudred lines out loud, I just like I always yelled like every other word. It was so funny.
Yep. He's got a lot of emphasis on certain words.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it seems like Sunflora may have started figuring something out there.
Even right here.
She's realizing that Hunter may not be invincible. But first things first, we got some more floors to get through, so I am Luminous Orbing this. This looks awful. And it is pretty bad.
Good call.
This one doesn't look great either. Hopefully we just get lucky. With stairs... Luckily I had that Petra Scarf on. Yeah, this is a rough layout.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of enemies. Maybe we'll get lucky and 1-8 it. Oh, okay, so something interesting happened there. You can't actually be flinched and confused at the same time. So the game just takes you out of confusion if you get flinched. Or cringed in this game. Ooh. We're gonna have to actually Spur Orb this.
no idea it was even a mechanic of the game. That's really cool.
It's a very niche one. I was not expecting it to come up in this run. Alright, we can full hold. We don't actually have that many floors left. Oh, nice. Another revive.
Sick.
Alright. So we got 6 of them. We should be good for the end. And we got plenty of full holds, petrifies. So, yeah, just gotta get through these last 4 floors.
Absolutely.
Alright, let's see what we got. Stairs, please. Nice.
Immediately, let's go.
Which means we can just full hold every floor from here on out.
You really just can you?
Yep.
Nice.
And alright, a monster house. So
especially this one.
Yeah. So the reason why I was keeping all of these full hold orbs till now is because the floors in this place have extremely high chances of spawning a monster house. Oh, what the heck? Interesting room.
3 of them here? Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that I had orbs ready for this, because I knew this was going to happen. It's very, very likely to get a monster house in the depths. But there we go. All that's left now is to put Haunter into custody.
There are 3 of them.
It turns out that anytime one was knocked out, the other 2 would use like a luminous orb or something. And in that brief moment, they would switch out the Haunter and replace it with a new one. Just kind of drag the fainted one away.
Yeah. What a scam.
But yeah, even though now we know the secret, the 3 of them definitely don't want us to spoil it to anybody. So they're gonna take us out right here, right now. And unfortunately, we're in the pit. And the pit is connected to some lava right below us. So we're actually gonna have to do this fight burned. But luckily this is not a 1v3. We actually do have Loudred as a partner here. We can't really control Loudred, so we just kind of have to hope that he uses Astonish mainly. And yeah, from this point, we just hope, oof.
Oh!
Ouch.
Good thing I have like 8 reviver seats at this point.
Yep. Ooh, nice. There's Astonish. That is the move I wanted to see. Okay. I think I just wait and just take the death. That's probably the... Ooh. We're both gonna... Deaths. Do I have any throw items? I don't. I can actually... fodder for now. Just to make sure that they aren't doing too much here. Ooh. But yeah, this is a rough fight. Oh. I got baited by the other effects. Okay, there we go. I wanted to take that death. Now we can finally take this guy out. Yeah, it's a good thing we had so many reviver seeds, because that fight did not go well. Getting confused raid is probably the worst possible outcome, because it just stops us from being able to play support. But I also knew that we had enough reviver seeds to where I didn't have to play like super cautious there. But there we go. That is it for the gameplay, really. We did it. We completed all the special episodes.
Hooray!
So now the Haunters get
That's a
taken
lot
into
of fun.
custody, and Sunflora gets all the credit for it. Chatot, however, is trying to take credit just cause.
Thanks, Chad. Very cool.
Yep. Yeah, Magzone gives us an exclusive item that helps Sunflora deal with fire types a bit better. So that's cool. Little bonus there.
We must definitely take those.
And yeah, Loudred actually got in trouble for sneaking off to help us. Because as it turned out, he had guild duty, manning the front gate, sentry duty. But yeah, just kind of snuck away to help us out. But all right, so normal timing ends when we fade to black after end once credits are done. But for marathons like this, we usually just do it on the ending input. So technically time is going to come up very soon. It's going to be when credits are about to start. So Sunflora is going to say, like, I need to apologize, and then when it flashes thank you and that goes away, that is when time ends. So I'll call it out in a moment.
Alrighty.
Thank you, time. And that's it. All that's left are
GG.
credits. But yeah. We did it. Oh, we made it through the episodes.
Let's go.
Yeah, the start of it was very, very rocky, just because I didn't really have anything yet to play around the bad stuff happening. But yeah, once we started to get situated, it made it a lot better.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on and doing this.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the crap out of this. Honestly, this is a lot of fun.
I'm glad to be here. It's always nice to showcase Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. There's a lot of cool stuff that we can do with these games.
It's also as hard for me to get like a Pokemon game on my show as well, considering the nature of the series. It's like one of my favorite series in general. So like, I'm happy I got something for sure. This is really cool.
Yeah, probably finding the the right time length, right? Because if you want to do all the things in a Pokemon game, it's usually a lot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I know like Recruit 'em all was like 12 hours, right? It's a very long run for sure.
If only they were 12 hours. For this game, I believe it's around 30 is where the record's at right now. Blue Rescue Teams is about 60.
60? Oh, yeah. That's even more. I thought.
It's a 4 to 5 day run.
I was way off on that one. Okay.
Yeah. Because the thing that's tough about Blue Rescue Team is the Pokemon, like, you can only recruit Pokemon that aren't fully evolved. So that means you have to actually evolve any Pokemon that needs a final evolution. And that makes it a lot harder because you have to grind a lot of levels, and that takes, 10, 15 hours just on its own. Plus there's like IQ evolutions too, so you gotta grind gummies. It's a whole ordeal, but I've done the run a couple times. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I haven't posted on my YouTube channel.
Heck yeah. You want to do one quick plug here for your channel as well too, before we head off? Sure.
Yeah, let me get the jukebox ready in the meantime. Let's do, what would be a good one? Oh yeah, now I have a bunch of things unlocked too. Let's do Through the Sea time. But yeah, so once again, I'm Huma's DS, mainly a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon speedrunner and challenge runner, and also grind a lot of new Snap at top level there. Mainly just streaming weekends now. And when I do, it's usually either a Purity Forest Sunday challenge where I try to beat the hardest dungeon in the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, Blue Rescue Team, with every single Pokemon. And that dungeon's pretty tough because you get reset back to level 1. You can't bring in any items or teammates to help out. Your IQs get reset. So it really is just like a complete start from nothing challenge and seeing if you can make it through 98 floors. But it's a lot of fun. We've managed to clear 200, 209, I think, a little over 200. And so, yeah, hopefully the plan is to clear all of them one day. And yeah, that's probably about it for me. Shout outs to the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon community. Sadly, a lot of the potential co-commentators for this, the time zones didn't really line up too well. So most of them either needed sleep or was just too early. But yeah, still been incredible to be a part of the community for 7 years now, which is kind of insane. And yeah, just hope that that stuff will keep being like found out and improved going forward, because it's been crazy to see how much the progression of these games have gone.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for coming on for sure. This is such a good time. I'm glad we got to show off some PMD.
Yeah.
Always a fun time watching any sort of PMD runs overall.
Yeah, thank you again for having me.
Absolutely. And that being said now, that'll be it for Do All the Things. And that'll be it for also just Hotfix Night in general. So stick around after this. We're going to be doing a replay for both shows, both Parallel Universe before this, and also my show just now as well too. Also tune in live tomorrow for 1 p.m. EST for a Fable Speedrunning special. But for now, we'll catch you all